Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. If you somehow missed it, the schedule for the 2024 season has dropped for the Titans. Only one primetime game, and that's going to be happening in the first month of the season when the Titans head to Miami to take on the Dolphins in Week 4. Then right after that, it's their only bye, and it's coming up in Week 5. That's really fun. But then after that, it starts conference play against the Colts. Now, tonight, you've got Vanderbilt in Kentucky at 5 p.m. to start off the final weekend series of college baseball in the SEC. That game's going to be on the SEC Network. Plus, Tennessee is hosting South Carolina at 5:30. Right now, Tennessee is the number 3 seed in the SEC tournament behind Arkansas and Kentucky. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as Home 23HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Bridge already with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're having a great day and a great week as we roll toward the weekend. Babsy is here.
Hi. Bum, 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 bum. What up, people? What up, party people?
No respect, Babsy.
No respect for the Titans. No respect for Will Levis is what it comes down to.
4.5-point underdog at Chicago, 4-point underdog in the home opener against the Jets. Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building.
Bam, you hit it. Got a lot to get to, obviously, with the schedule release. The NFL schedule is out. We have notes. We also have takes on the Titans schedule. So does Big Jeff, who put this on social media. One primetime game and a Week 5 bye. LOL. Okay.
What he should have said is bunk.
Oh, I thought you were going to say bet.
No, I was going to say bunk because that's bunk. The thing that, the thing that bothers me the most is the early bye.
Yeah, man.
That's hard.
So you wrap with 13 consecutive football games.
Yep. And that's just brutal.
And division games, which it means it should be physical. Without question.
Yes. I mean, let's be honest. They're all physical.
Yeah, no question.
But yeah.
No question.
I mean, a week, that early of a bye is harsh.
Now, there's a good element to that bye is that they come off the bye with the long week playing Indianapolis at home, which is the first divisional game. They close with the last 4 out of 5 against the division. Jacksonville, Cincinnati, at Indy, at Jacksonville, Houston.
Well, I hope they're hitting the stride by then as a Titans fan, but we'll see.
I like that.
You like
having the divisional games on the back end of
you can make up ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a weird way to look at it. No. You just look at it automatically thinking they got to make up ground.
And then even if you're not making up ground, the thing is you have it right there in front of you. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Where if they got a 2-game lead, it's still in front of you. Mm-hmm. You're not chasing your tail.
Why aren't we looking at it from this perspective? The Titans have like a 3-game lead going into that stretch.
Right.
Well, yeah.
That was an interesting perspective that you took on it. Yeah. Okay, but can we talk about
maybe national media has jumped in?
No, listen, to your point, I mean, that's way more likely that they're having to make up ground.
I'm just trying to temper myself.
Well, here, can we talk about the 4.5-point dog to the Bears with a rookie quarterback who has never played, who is opening up his season, who you don't even know what they have? That's bunk.
I can't wait till we get Cosell on because I want to ask about that.
About Caleb Williams and his transition?
And then how bad really was Justin Fields or how great. Because
you liked Fields.
I loved him.
Yeah.
I loved him. Or how great, not good, how great is Caleb Williams. Because you're not good and walk into the league and become a 4.5.
The last
point favorite.
I mean, we don't know.
The last 2 seasons.
Exactly.
The Bears started out trying to get Justin Fields to run their offense and all this stuff. And he struggled. And then both seasons they reached a point where they just let him go a little bit, and he did much better. So same offensive coordinator. Here are their too, right? Yes, Eberflus.
Yeah.
They
for now.
They talked about firing him and hiring Mike Vrabel. Remember back in the day, but they kept him. So here are the Bears' skill position players. So Caleb Williams, obviously the rookie quarterback. DeAndre Swift is the running back. Corey Blasingame, remember him? He's the fullback.
Vandy.
Yep. Tight end Cole Kmet, who's really, really good. The wide receivers are Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, and DJ Moore. I mean, they've got weapons.
No, without question.
Another Vandy.
Without question. Still got to block. Got to stay true to everything.
Well, and people bring up, okay, well, look at Will Levis's start, but it was first start. But it wasn't the first game of the season of him walking into the NFL either.
Yep.
I mean, 4.5 is a lot to put on a rookie quarterback making his NFL debut with all of that pressure.
I'm right there with you. You get 3 points for home field.
Typically speaking.
You know what I'm saying? But to 4.5, a team that we just talked about, who do we think is going to finish first from last in the division? We just went through that whole spiel yesterday. Chicago's not at the top of my list.
Probably about third ahead of Minnesota.
Yeah. I would have the Titans finishing first in their division before I got the Chicago Bears. Looking at the division.
I think they might be better, honestly, like roster-wise than Green Bay, but they haven't beaten Green Bay in forever.
James said in the chat, well, you don't know what the Titans have either. Well, no, actually, we kind of do.
Yeah,
what does that even mean?
Wait a minute.
I don't know. I'm like, no, we kind of do. We know we don't know exactly what Will Levis is going to be. We don't know if he's going to be the franchise quarterback. We don't know.
4 touchdown passes against Atlanta.
Right.
I saw him look really good against Pittsburgh.
But we know
what it look like against Miami.
Miami with the comeback.
A little bit of what the Titans are going to look like. Maybe not as much defensively, but you have Big Jeff over there, and you know they shored up the secondary and the off season. So,
and in terms of Caleb Williams, like I listen, I think he can be great. Like a lot of people compare him to Patrick Mahomes. That's tough to put on somebody. But there was regression last year with him from the previous year. So what was that? Because he was throwing off balance.
Bad offensive line.
That is what everybody says. But it's the way that he was throwing the football. And like he was hardly ever set up and balanced. You know what I mean? It's almost like he had been watching Patrick Mahomes like, okay, watch this.
I think it's saying something too. He had to run for his life too.
No, he could. I mean,
he had to run for his life.
He could be the next Mahomes, but we don't know. And there's certainly going to be pressure on that game, right? Your first one in that field, in that stadium.
Yep. Home opener against Aaron Rodgers.
Big Jeff coming.
And the New York Jets.
Downhill.
September 15th. Titans a 4-point underdog in that one already. Some more notes. Week 4 at Miami, the early start on a Monday Night Football doubleheader. They give them Monday night, still can't stand alone.
Why?
Got to be a doubleheader.
Yeah. You know what? I was sitting there thinking about it today.
I'm good with it.
You got to go prove something. Like, listen, man, y'all were a train wreck. We were a train wreck. I ain't gonna say y'all because I'm gonna include myself in there.
I mean, you got a jersey right there in your bag.
You better believe it, and it'll be on.
You got a train wreck jersey right there in your bag.
Lady, that's not right. This is what I'm saying, though. Like, you got to go and show and prove. Why should you be on primetime? Why should you be on primetime? To see you blow a lead or somebody get hurt or, like, an offensive line not blocked, go through 2 quarterbacks.
Definitely valid.
They got to show something, man.
That's honestly the first thing I thought of when I read Big Jeff's tweet. Yeah. Was like, I mean, you got to earn getting out of that.
I felt like that last year coming into the season. Like, hey, man, they supposed to have more primetime games. Like,
yeah, but that's because we thought the defense was going to be nasty. And they were nasty in a different regard.
Yes,
bye week comes early, as we mentioned, week 5, which means the Titans will play 13 consecutive games to close the season. They do get the Colts at home off the bye, so that's one good advantage with one of the divisional games. 3 times the Titans go back-to-back on the road, weeks 7 and 8 at Buffalo, then at Detroit. Weeks 12 and 13 at Houston, then at Washington. Week 16 and 17 at Indianapolis, at Jacksonville. They close with the last 4 out of 5 versus the division. As I mentioned, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, at Indy, at Jacksonville, Houston. Teron Davenport on ESPN.com, bold prediction from him. He wrote, the Titans will sweep the AFC East. at Buffalo, at Miami. They host the Jets and the Patriots. The Patriots are awful, y'all. Let's just go ahead and.
That's a hell of a take, though.
It is.
Bills?
Yeah, the Bills, his reasoning there was the roster was decimated during the offseason.
Okay.
And the same thing with Miami. And he said they do have weapons on offense, obviously, but the guts of the team, they had a bunch of big losses during the offseason.
We go to Buffalo?
At Buffalo,
Yes,
at Miami.
At Buffalo. And at Miami on Monday night.
Hot takes.
Don't get no hotter. Don't get no hotter.
And it's Buffalo in October, so it's not totally cold.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Totally cold.
They might have cicadas up there running around.
Dude, you can still have 30 inches of snow in Buffalo in October.
Yeah, that's true. But no cicadas.
Hey, you don't know.
Boy, they're out there.
Man, no, they loud and proud out there today.
You can drive down 65 and roll your window down and hear them as you're driving.
I hit 3. I hit 3 today.
My kill count was 3 coming in on the windshield.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Took a lot of guts.
Y'all aren't driving fast enough.
See, this is
My kill count was 0. None of them.
What?
Out of my way.
You dodging them, they dodging you. Hey, they know about Babsy. No, get out of her way. Stay out the left lane, you live.
Nashville SC announced today the departure of head coach Gary Smith and assistant coach Steve Guppy. We'll talk about that. Also, Greg Cosell at 420. What we're going to do with Cosell, since the Titans basically could play most of the rookie quarterbacks this year. So we're going to talk with him about Caleb Williams and the rookie quarterbacks and how they might fare. Also, we'll talk about the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs. Yes?
I also want to ask him a little bit about CJ Stroud. Like, is there a chance for regression there?
In year 2.
And why was he so successful in year 1?
Yep. All right, we're going to get to know Vanderbilt volleyball coach Anders Nelson next in studio. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
All right, you need a little relaxation. How about a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa? That's where you need to go. And as far as a gift, everybody loves a spa day. Everybody loves spa gifts. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, where you need to go, because here's the beautiful thing about a Moment's Peace. There's going to be something that anybody you give a gift card to is going to enjoy. You can choose from at least 10 different services, and all of them in the same place at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless tanning, waxing, spa parties. They do skincare, facials. They have a hair salon there. They do makeup, you name it. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa has it. You can get a gift card easily. You don't even have to go. Go to their website. 24/7, amomentspeace.com. You can always call them, though, if you want to do something special. You have a special request. They can help you out there at 615-224-0770. And if you want to relax for a second and walk in and smell how wonderful it smells, you can do that. They are in Cool Springs across Interstate 65 from Galleria Mall, intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue. That's A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Taylor writes on YouTube, I ride a motorcycle. Cicadas feel great at 75 miles per hour. Oh, man. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you can go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. These are your guys. They'll be able to help you out. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you, and they will listen to you, what you need from them in terms of something with less of a payment, more room, better gas mileage, whatever you need, they will be able to get you in the vehicle that's right for you. No pressure from them on you at all. They simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you. And that's what will happen when you go see my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 24 West to exit 35, straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Check them out online while you pretend to work. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All of the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. 24 West or Clarksville. Then head on into Springfield, Tennessee. Exit 35 is 9 miles outside the city. Then head into Springfield. Best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. We're going to talk about the NFL schedule throughout the entire course of the show, except right now. We're going to get to know someone new to the city and to Vanderbilt. Anders Nelson, Vanderbilt volleyball coach, joins us now, and this is a really cool story. Vanderbilt dismantled the volleyball program in 1980. That's not the cool part of the story. The cool part of the story is that in April, Vanderbilt announced that volleyball would be the school's 17th varsity sport. And Anders Nelson is the first head coach. Welcome in, Coach. Good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, it's a crazy experience and a crazy opportunity.
How did that hiring process go? Like, were you surprised to get the call? How in-depth was it?
Well, I guess first what I should say, being in the SEC for the last 13 years, I had told everybody that would listen, if Vandy adds volleyball, I want it.
Okay.
So I guess the unique part was that I had 8 months to prepare.
You were playing chess.
Yeah.
Two moves ahead.
It's Nashville, it's the academics, it's the SEC. I mean, it's just a goal of mine if you ask me.
Well, let's throw that out there so people know this, that you were at Kentucky and you guys won the only SEC national championship in volleyball.
Yeah.
How special was that? And how early into that thing did you know that group was special?
Yeah, you kind of know early. Things just are easy for whatever reason, whether it's culture, whether it's wins and losses. Things just seem easy for whatever reason, and you almost think to yourself as a coach, get out of the way. Like, don't mess this up. Don't screw this up. This team is so talented. So we knew early on, and we actually had a player that was the COVID season. So we got split and played half our year in the fall.
2020.
And half in the spring. And we had a player who printed out these "we will win a national championship" things and laminated them and gave them to all of us, and we carried them in our pockets all spring. So it was something we kind of put into existence and knew that that team had the capability of being the first.
As you put together the roster, you've got some time to get that done, but you are on it for sure. We'll talk about that. But do you have any room for Don Davenport? I mean,
she's got to have a COVID year.
She might be. That's right. She might be 26, but she can still hit it.
Yeah, we'll take the experience.
Oh yeah, there you go. You need the leader. I would say you need the academic help the GPA up, but I don't think that would happen for me at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Auburn's a little bit different academically. I don't know. Yeah. No, but the thing that's fascinating to me, and everybody that listens to our show knows I played, knows how much I love volleyball, knows that pretty much probably from the moment that you started telling everybody that if Vanderbilt started volleyball, that you wanted it, I was yelling at all the Vanderbilt people that they had to start volleyball at Vanderbilt. So I've been talking about it for probably, 15 years, right?
Yeah, you have been.
But the fascinating part to me is starting a program from scratch, because it's not like you can go out there and just recruit all freshmen. Volleyball is a fully funded sport, which means 12 full scholarships.
Correct.
But you can't go out and recruit and give scholarships to 12 freshmen, because then in 4 or 5 years, you don't have a team again.
Exactly.
And that's fascinating to me. So how do you build a program from scratch?
Well, thankfully, I figured that out laying in bed one night about a month after I took the job, that I didn't want to repeat this process 4 or 5 years later. So yeah, it just becomes, you think about it a little differently, and you obviously, when you take a job like this, you kind of anticipate that you're going to out-recruit the previous class as you go, and that's a goal of ours. So you think about that and how you allocate scholarships, knowing that you're probably going to be in the conversation with bigger talent as you progress. So yeah, it's a lot of strategy, a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, but that's the stuff that I've enjoyed probably the most of this job, is just getting to be creative, and that's one way I've been able to do it.
Yeah. So what's the reaction to these recruits or transfers when you're like, hey, guess what? We're not playing this year. We're not playing until 2025, but what do you think about joining us?
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like you start with Nashville and say, yeah, but you get an extra year in Nashville, and then you move on to all the things that they could, turn their game from good to great or great to elite. And they've never thought about it. So it's making sure they think about it and think of how it could make the experience the following year even more memorable, even more important, even more satisfying. But I don't think we'd be able to sell it without the academics of Vanderbilt, without the city of Nashville. Those two things have been things that we have leaned on so heavily to attract some of the best talent in the country.
How have you adapted to being here in the city and understanding how the city works and how much you have out of all the schools in the SEC, a backdrop like no other?
Yeah, I knew that when I got the job. I knew what a special place this was. This was always the place that we were hoping to come on a weekend, down from Lexington, and that's what you do in the South is you make weekend trips to Nashville. But yeah, it's a huge part of what we do, and one of the goals I had for this, year and a half before we start playing is to say yes to everything. So any interview, any request, anyone who wants to talk to me, I'll say yes. But also meet as many people as I can. And whether that's, resources that can help our athletes or things that can progress the program further down the road. But just trying to immerse myself in this city. And Dawn and I have gotten to know each other pretty well because of her passion for the program. And there's a lot of people like her who are just so excited to have a new women's sport. And volleyball is the most popular and most highest participated sport in the country for girls and in Tennessee for high school girls. So this is a much needed sport, I think, at Vandy, and we're just really excited to get going.
So we also have something that we do here. You see the shirt called the Boom Boom Room. And
I didn't warn you. I probably should have warned you.
This right here. Hey, listen.
It's better unwarned.
I legit did not tell him anything about this.
Good job, Babsy. Good job. But it's just me and you kick back on the couch, just talking. Just a couple of guys just sitting here having a good conversation, trying to find out more about you. Now, this is how it goes. When you enter the Boom Boom Room, the door is locked behind you.
Okay.
In order to get out the Boom Boom Room, you must tell the complete truth to the best of your ability, or the door will not be unlocked. You will be down in the cellar with the lost souls, and we only give them 2 meals a day. Half of it's bologna, half of it's crackers. You figure the rest out. Do you agree to these terms?
Yeah, I like bologna too, so we're actually okay there.
Lock them up.
Yeah. One man on his way in to the Boom Boom Room.
All right, y'all. We have, first of all, Coach Anders. I said it right, didn't I?
You were saying it perfectly.
Nelson, we're going to leave that outside. Coming into the Boom Boom Room, what's your nickname?
I'll go with Big A. Big A was my nickname all through high school.
I like
How
that.
tall are you?
6'9".
Yes. He looked every bit of it.
He's taller than Slade. I told you.
Hey, lady. Why are you so excited about that? What's going on? I thought I was your dog. What's going on? Hey, okay, so you get a day off. You get a day off away from coaching, the breakaway. What is your day like waking up, and how do you end it?
The first thing I'm doing is I'm somehow getting up to our lake house in northern Wisconsin. And I'm sitting up at our lake house in northern Wisconsin and only talking to the people that are closest to me. I like solitude. I figured that is a thing that definitely helps me settle down. And I watch pretty much every sport there is, so there'll be sports on the whole day.
I like that. So, okay, now you're bringing me with you.
Okay.
You got to cook me one meal.
Okay.
I get one meal. What would it be, and who's going to cook it? You can pick from anybody, family, professional chef, whatever it is. You got to feed me, though, and I need to be full.
Okay.
Because I'm bourbon on that porch a little later. That's all I'm saying.
You're not the family cook either, are you? Yeah.
No, that was an easy question when it was only me cooking, because I only know like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
That's like Dawn.
Yeah. I'm going to be smart here and choose my husband as the chef.
Okay. All right. What are you throwing down?
He makes this incredible shrimp scampi where he makes the noodles from scratch and the pasta from scratch and everything. So it is incredible.
I'm in.
So we're going with that, and you'll be full.
Okay,
you'll be full.
Okay, with dessert, did I get
dessert? We'll do a Grater's ice cream cake from a Cincinnati ice cream that we love. Yeah, we'll do an ice cream cake.
Showing out cake and ice cream together. I can't miss with that.
Slade's happy.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. All right, so growing up, when it was time to transition to volleyball, I saw you play football as well. You said your sister got you into the sport. My sister did the exact same thing. And I was going to wait to bring you on here to tell you about it. So she coaches at Innsworth High School.
Oh, cool.
That's my little sister, Ashley Galata. Ashley Galata.
I was on the phone with her like a month ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. See, 6 degrees of separation. So you got to have a matchup. You and your sister, since you play volleyball, and me and my sister. How much y'all gonna beat us by? Now, my sister's very competitive, and she ain't gonna let you let us down once y'all talk.
Okay.
So how much would y'all beat us by?
We're gonna kick your ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We got 2 All-Americans in our family, and we have both been playing volleyball for decades. So I don't think it's gonna be very close. Sorry.
Hey, I love that. I love that. All right, that's cool. Who or what was something that was so inspirational to you that helped you change your thought process, helped you get over hard times, helped you get over that speed bump when things get rough and rugged? You always can lean back on this experience, or this something someone said to you that made you be like, okay, I remember this. I can get through this.
Yeah. This is going to sound a little cheesy, but it's I guess the thing that my parents told me all the time as a kid, that good always comes out of bad. And I don't know why. I always think of it in crappy situations and when things don't go my way, and I'm a little bit of a stubborn person with little patience, so that stuff helps me. So I'd say good comes out of bad, and just recognizing that even though it's bad today, somehow it's going to turn into good in some way.
Big A, how tall is your husband?
He's about 6'1". He says 6'2", but 6'1" on a good day.
You got shoes on. Maybe has shoes on.
6'1" with those Hokas on, yeah.
All right, cool. You know what? We're going to have more time to get into this, but I just had to prepare you. We're going to let you out of the boom boom room. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Let him out.
That was easy.
Nice.
Well. Looks like you did good in the boom boom room.
So, how tall were you in high school? Like, were you always tall, or did you hit like some spurt at some point?
Yeah, it's a spurt. So I was our starting point guard my freshman year of high school on the varsity team, and I was like 5'10". Pretty good shooter, pretty good ball handler.
Hey.
I came back my sophomore year and I was 6'5". My high school coach didn't recognize me, so
I had to mess up your shot.
Oh,
right?
it was terrible. I think I started the year 0 for 36 from 3. And finally they were like, "Dude, stop
shooting!"
Yeah, stop shooting. But yeah, I was like starting 4 or 5. Yeah, and I still remember that. So clearly, I really wanted to make one. So yeah, but I was a good shooter until then. So
well, y'all got a new basketball coach over there too, Coach. Yeah, he can help you out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
into it. All right.
Get Memorial and put some shots up.
There you go.
To go back toward a boom boom room type question again, Anders Nelson, Vanderbilt volleyball coach, is with us. Vanderbilt discontinued the sport of volleyball in 1980. They brought it back in April, and Anders Nelson, the first head coach, and they'll start in 2025. What do you love most about coaching?
When I quit playing, and I finished up and body was given up and eligibility was out, I couldn't envision a world where I didn't get to go compete and directly figure out if I was winning or losing. And I know there's a lot of competition in a lot of industries, but not where the score is this at the end of the game. Right. So I knew I was going to miss that, and I didn't know how to kind of scratch that itch. So that was the first thing that I think got me into coaching, and I still love and honestly miss right now during this transition period.
Yeah.
The second thing is just I saw how much volleyball gave me. Obviously, I'm working in it still, and it's just been so good to me and my sister and our family that I want to make sure that we're using sport to do whatever we can to give these athletes and these young women the best chance they have to succeed. And that's another reason why Vanderbilt is so appealing, is you're naturally going to attract the high achievers. Yeah. They are so driven in every single way that what a fun group to be around as they try to reach their potential.
It's such a popular sport amongst kids, right? I've got so many friends that their kids get involved in that whole volleyball world.
That's all they do.
And that's a world. And then they'll go down to Atlanta and there'll be 8,000 players. Is it set up well for a coach to recruit?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
You can go see so many players at once?
Absolutely. The majority of the qualifiers we hit in the spring will have probably 150 to 250 courts at them in these massive convention centers. So at minimum, we're looking at 50 to 100 recruits. Wow. And just different from a high school match where you go and you're looking at 1 or 2 max. So we do the most of our evaluating in the spring during the club season, and then we'll do a lot of our babysitting, as we call it, just making sure they know what we're interested during the fall during their high school seasons.
So you knew this question was going to come up. NIL.
Yes.
Because it's crazy, and obviously it's different across all sports, and Vanderbilt has announced, and Candace has done a great job, their initiative. Yep. And collective, so to speak, but maybe those won't even be around. The newest ruling or talk about NIL, kind of fill us in on what it means overall and obviously for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, in terms of what's coming, I really don't know anything beyond what is listed in those articles on Yahoo Sports. And Ross Dellinger is a great Twitter follow if you want to get into the mix. And man, I spend too much time on that handle sometimes. But I really don't know too much, and I can't say what is coming because I don't know any more than anyone else who's written those articles, or read those articles, excuse me. But I will say it's very much in our sport, and for listeners that are mostly football, basketball listeners, it's very much in a lot of sports. Yeah. We're not talking the same quantity of money that we are in some of those sports, but it's very much in our sport, and will very much play a huge role in recruiting and retention as we try to get championships under our belt.
So crazy.
Very crazy.
Wow.
Is it in a women's sport or a sport like volleyball, is there more than maybe just the money? Is it local restaurants or businesses that you can kind of push on or reach out to? You know what I mean? Is
Absolutely.
there a way to do, or what are some of the other massive programs in the country that are successful doing? Yeah,
you hear some of the best programs, the Nebraskas and Texases of volleyball. They're doing a lot of deals where they get apartments, for free just for doing advertising things in exchange, or you hear the cars and things like that. But yeah, that's, I think, where we have an advantage with volleyball is our athletes have a little more of an opportunity to create close bonds with whoever they're doing business with, because they might not have the same celebs, status as some of these other athletes. So that's something that we really are going to push our athletes is find what matters to you, and let's try to target those those companies, those institutions of who to partner with. But yeah, and then there's the other side of it. That's just the collective side of it. The money that they get for doing very different things. So we're going to try to figure out the best way to create packages that are going to be competitive. And I'm very confident, especially in our women's athletics space, that NIL will be very competitive at Vanderbilt compared to the rest of the SEC. And that's where I have to thank people like our tennis, Aliki at our tennis program for doing such a great job with that program, and Shay and the reemergence of their program. Like, I don't think I'd be saying that we're going to be, she is so phenomenal. Yeah. And I don't think I'd be saying that we're going to be taken care of if it weren't for those who've kind of paved the path for us.
Great point.
So transfer portal wise, starting up in 2025, is it easy to convince somebody to come, hey, sit out for a year?
Yeah.
And, you kind of mentioned that earlier, but I'm curious about like roster building from high school, but also transfer portal people that could be playing next year or this year. Instead, they're sitting out.
Yeah. Here. So very timely question. We actually got 2 commitments from transfers this week. So we have 4.
Wow.
Yes. It was a very good week for Vandy Volley. So we have 4 transfers committed right now who are all obviously going to sit out this upcoming year. And I would say 3 of the 4 are were okay with the gap year because it allowed them to academically do what they wanted to do and pursue exactly what they wanted to pursue. And again, it's Vanderbilt. So I had one of them tell me, wow, this will give me more time to study for the LSAT. And that's not how I would approach it. But again, it's Vanderbilt. So this is great. High achievers, man. Yeah. They're finding ways to find a lot of value in it. And that's great. And now, would I be lying? In December, we're going to hit the portal again when it opens after the season. And it's the first time I'll be able to recruit and say, hey, you get to play as soon as everybody else.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of reasons to do it, and I talked about some of them before, but you better believe they're excited to live in Nashville. You better believe that's probably top of their list.
Yeah, I'll be the one that would have said, I'm gonna be down on Broadway.
Yeah.
Coach, if you're looking for me. This is what I want to know. So how does it work when you get a commitment like that as far as practice times go? With a gap year, like, what are you able to do?
Yeah,
what are you not able to do?
That's a great question. So we follow the same calendar that everybody else does. Okay. So this fall, we could practice for 20 hours every single week, just like any team who's competing. And, we've already talked as a staff, boredom is the enemy for this fall. So we're not probably going to practice for 20 hours or else they'll all be in the portal in December. So, but yeah, we got to keep it upbeat. We got to keep it fresh. Yeah. We got to keep their individual development at top of mind. Like, that's become a thing that in, recruiting and retention, if you're not thinking about that all the time, they're not going to be happy. So that's something that we're going to have to prioritize. And we've talked about doing grass volleyball once a week just to get them outside and doing something different and just competing and trying to build our competitive side of things too. So yeah, that's the plan. Is, like I said, boredom's the enemy. Let's keep it fresh.
I have an idea. I think you should have us out.
Ooh.
Do a little, maybe 3-on-3. Are you good?
What?
You're 6'8". I need
I'm
you.
Cold.
So what do you do for all the
Man,
other
I'm
matches?
cold. I'm just make sure you guys make sure I get the little knee pads. You know what I mean?
I really do like
I'm getting down up
6-on-3.
under there. I'm getting a
What? No.
I really
Coach
thought you were
will
going to
teach you how to
say.
roll.
Look at that. I'm roll. Look at that. Big A, look at that. Look at it.
It's a big platform. It's a big platform.
Maybe he can't miss. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say, like, we could broadcast out there during practice. Play.
No, we're going to go play.
Yeah, we hit it. Okay. I'm with you, man.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's have our athletes just hit some balls at you guys.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, especially him. That's a big block. That's a big block.
I'm
This is
bringing my
what she
little
does.
sister with me, man.
This is what she does. She sits over here. She puts us in the marathon. She gets us in a volleyball game against scholarship athletes. Like, come on, man. Anders Nelson.
Just making y'all better.
Vanderbilt volleyball coach. There he is. Great job, man. Really appreciate it. Great to meet you. And we'll be looking forward to seeing what you guys do.
Had a blast. Thank you, guys.
Man,
Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Coach.
There you go. When we come back, got some NFL schedule notes, not related to the Titans, but we do want to get your take. Phone lines are open, or they soon will be. There they are. 615-737-1045. Your take on the Titans schedule. We've got points of view next. 3HL 1045 The Zone. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Our thanks to Vanderbilt volleyball coach Anders Nelson. What an interesting guy, man.
Man, great energy.
Yeah.
I like that. That right there can get me in the building. That right there.
Yeah.
Exuding that type of energy. Yeah. But and at some point, whatever's happening is going to click and they're going to start winning. Mm-hmm. Just because if he's positive like that throughout, it's going to be good for him.
Also, I've said it forever that Vanderbilt would be successful in volleyball because at the end of the day, most of your volleyball players aren't going to be good enough to go play in the Olympics or play pro, right? So the education part and graduation part of it is really important, like it was to me, because I knew I wasn't going to go play pro anywhere, you know? Now, some of these girls, they just actually announced that ESPN is going to be carrying some of the professional volleyball games. They have a TV deal now, which is awesome.
That's dope. Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's a very limited number, right, of women that are going to get to do it. So if you get to come, you can compete in the SEC with him in charge, eventually maybe compete for a national title and get a Vanderbilt education while you're doing it. I mean...
He's in a sneaky little hotbed here too with volleyball as far as AAU things and all of that.
And it didn't used to be.
No, it didn't.
And it really had. Yep. Which, by the way, I didn't realize your sister is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
She was solid.
I mean, these genes over here, I tell you what.
Right. 615-737-1045. Titans schedule is out. What do you think? I know you've already been through it and you figured out the win-loss record and all those things. Again, the over-under win total for the Titans is 6.5. The schedule is tied for the 10th easiest schedule, according to ESPN.com. And we'll go through it and give our picks in a little while. 615-737-1045. Your reaction to the schedule. Here's some NFL schedule notes not pertaining to the Titans. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson gets thrown back in the fire quickly as Indianapolis hosts division rival Houston to start the season. How about that?
I like it.
Let's just go ahead and throw C.J. Stroud on the road at Indy to start the season.
And let's see what Anthony Richardson is made of, for real.
Then they go to Green Bay in week 2. New York. The Jets have a night game either Thursday, Sunday, or Monday in weeks 1, 3, 6, 9, and 11. The Jets. I mean, what if Aaron Rodgers pops his Achilles in week 1 again?
I'm still out on the Jets right now. Like
rinse and repeat.
Oh, boy. Woo. The league will lose their mind.
They gave him the Monday Nighter to open just like last year.
The league will lose their mind.
They still won that game, too. That's crazy.
They do.
The New York Giants will be in primetime in weeks 4, 6, and 8. So Giants and Jets will be in primetime weeks 1, 3, 4, both in 6, 8, 9, and 11.
Did you expect anything else from Danny Dimes?
He may not even be the quarterback.
Be careful.
That's a battle. Yeah. Drew Lock and Danny Dimes is a battle. That's what they say.
What did you say? Playoff?
I'm not saying Danny Dimes won't. I'm not saying Danny Dimes won't win. I'm just saying.
Man, we ain't worried about him.
I'm just saying what they're saying.
Oh, who is they? They ain't nothing.
Lots of people.
Who's they?
Exactly.
Who's they? National media that says Will Levis is garbage?
Yes,
that's what I can't wait till we get around
New
that
York
conversation,
media, which is the same thing.
That's a weird combo. You can be so high on a guy you've never seen play in the NFL, but then a guy that showed not only flashes, but big flashes.
Well, they've never seen him play either.
With the Harvard offensive line, though, right? Very true.
Why, because they're buried on noon kicks?
If Will Levis throws a touchdown pass in the woods.
Right. Did he ever really throw one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some more notes. The Bills will play 4 of their first 6 games on the road, including 3 in a row. At Miami, at Baltimore, at Houston, at the Jets.
That's what we got to be careful.
The Bills are going to take a step back this year.
Yes, they are.
They're set up for it. It just feels like it.
Yep. And it's due. They had a 3-year stretch of adding pieces, and not being able to get over the hump.
Patriots are going to be bad.
Last year was their year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patriots are going to be bad. They start with 3 of their first 4 on the road against the Bengals, Jets, and 49ers.
It's brutal.
You have to open with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, don't you? With the start like that?
I just think you should go out there and play defense all the time.
Bengals, Jets, and 49ers?
Try to do punt returns.
Drake May is the rookie quarterback, if you've already forgotten. And then this note, this is going to be a fun week of NFL football. And go ahead, Slay's going to be mad about the first part of this.
What?
Week 17. 2 games on Wednesday, which is Christmas. A game on Thursday, 2 games on Saturday, 9 games on Sunday, and Monday game.
Say that one more time, y'all. Say that one more time, because it sounded dumb. Say it one more time.
NFL games on every day almost.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Monday. Hide the gun. Take the cannoli. Let's go to the mattresses. 2 games on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. You're against that fully.
Yep, that's foolishness.
10 toes down.
Absolute. Stamped it. Foolishness.
So 2 games on Wednesday, a game on Thursday, 2 games on Saturday, 9 games on Sunday, and a game on Monday.
Wow, that's what I want to know. Why don't they just play year-round? Why don't they just play year-round?
Like every week?
Yeah, like every week.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday.
Yeah,
what is the NFL doing? Come on, man. Leave some stuff alone,
So
man.
from Wednesday to Monday, the only day that there is not an NFL game in Week 17 is Friday.
I tell you, greed, boy. Greed is something else.
That's a great statement, Slay.
Thank you, Babsy.
Greed is something else.
It is, man.
And that is also another T-shirt.
Yes, it is.
Greed is something else.
It is, man.
Let me write it down and add it to the list.
Like, come on, dog.
What was it yesterday? Something about kidnapping.
Oh, yeah, down there in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
So they like kidnapping.
Yeah,
down
they
there.
love kidnapping down there. Yeah, they ain't gonna harm you, though. Just gonna kidnap you.
Oh, man. Did you sent us that story of the guy that was found after, 27 years?
That's the Matrix, and that just popped up.
Oh.
That just popped up. Like told.
Can y'all explain that story?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me go find it.
That's a weird
I want to get it right.
It's a really weird story. But it's in a different country, right?
Yes. It
Yeah.
was in, they down there.
Basically
South America.
in
Yeah, they ain't playing for
It wasn't Sao Paulo, but it was somewhere near.
They know where to get you at. They know in that area. That's
been down there.
That's where my partner was from, Panama. That's where it happened.
Oh,
Where did
okay.
I send it? Okay, I know where I sent it to.
Ease the seat back.
Let me get it.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Football Fred, Jets America's team now, apparently.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers, man.
dude, Aaron Rodgers is out here on podcasts.
Boy, he's still saying stuff.
Like every conspiracy theory you've ever heard, he is like talking about. They're not talking about. He's not talking about ball.
About football.
He's not talking about football. He's not talking about his Achilles.
He's a vice presidential candidate.
I'm telling you, he is not talking ball. He's talking everything but.
He's got a different hat on right now.
And which is clearly going to divide you. I mean, people are either going to love you or hate you, depending on what side of belief that they're on. I mean, he is just like out there, boy.
He so is. He got to come back and kill in the season. He has to.
It's kind of crazy, right?
I mean, he's old.
He is, but
Is he that much of a I don't give a that it,
Well, he's that.
I know he's that, but that none of it will affect him.
yeah, that's
I just don't see how it can't affect you.
right. At
I
some
mean,
point,
it's him and Kirk Cousins with this Achilles coming off that thing.
yeah, at that age, we don't know what the offensive line is going to look like for real. Even though they addressed some things,
They were
but still,
awful last year.
They were horrific. Them and the Titans was hand in hand playing ring around the bad offensive line.
Did you find that story?
I got it right here.
All right, what do you got?
Listen, y'all. Man who disappeared 27 years ago at the age of 17, found alive 200 meters from his family's home inside the neighbor's cellar. This is the moment.
He's been in the neighbor's cellar for 27 years.
Yep. And a man who was kidnapped as a teenager nearly 30 years ago, Omar bin Omran, vanished in Algeria when he was just 17 years old. Omar's family assumed their missing loved one had died during a civil war between Algeria's government and various Islamist rebel groups. That was until Sunday when Omar, now aged 45,
Oh my gosh.
was discovered in the hay-covered cellar of his 61-year-old neighbor. Shocking footage shows Omar, if you go and look at it, he was shown in pictures wearing a sweater with a beard and a desperate look on his face. Local reports claim that the cellar was a covered well on a sheep farm and that Omar had been kept under haystacks.
For 27
years.
What in the hell?
years.
The 61-year-old man was arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, statute of limitation. I guess that's what he was thinking.
no,
But
yeah,
that's Following the news of the suspect's arrest, Omar's family recalled how the teen's dog, check this out, the teen's dog waited on the doorstep of his alleged kidnapper for some time after Omar disappeared before the dog vanished too. So the dog was trying to let him know, hey man, he over here.
That's crazy.
I ain't just trying to hang over dude's house. I don't even want to be over here. This man over here.
He's over there.
Yeah. Then they
trying to tell y'all.
Then he got rid of the dog.
If I could only speak.
Isn't that crazy? God.
I mean,
that's about right, though.
He wouldn't have been down there for 27 years.
27 years.
Listen, if dogs could talk,
the
dog wouldn't have made it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Dog got wiped out.
He probably tried to ran off. Ain't no telling, man. 27 years under a haystack.
He's just covered by hay, right? Like, so why can't he just scream, yell out, like, hey, I'm down here. Remember me?
Probably was echoing. Probably don't nobody. It was on a farm, a sheep farm. Who going up there? The sheep.
The sheep should have known.
No, the sheep ain't messing around. The sheep dumb.
Slade, do you know this from experience?
Yeah, man, because listen, I'm going to tell y'all, we got to go.
Isn't that in the Bible? That sheep are dumb?
No.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Wait. When we come back, Slade's sheep story.
I'm telling you.
How about that for alliteration?
Yeah, man.
You have a sheep story.
I do, man.
Also, your reaction to the Titans' schedule. What do you think? You feel better about the season now that you've seen the schedule and how it's allotted? 615-737-1045.
Want to tell you about Loan Pronto, started by Roger Moore. He's the owner and founder who felt like you needed an option, like an easier way to go ahead and get a loan, not be buried in paperwork, have more of a quicker process, be able to get the best rates. And now Robert and Loan Pronto have come up with their Equity Express line of credit to help you out. Possibly get cash out of your home, hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home, and turn your home equity into cash with this Loan Pronto Equity Express line of credit. You can use that money to do a home improvement project, or you can use that money maybe to pay off some other high interest loans. Average homeowner that's doing this with Loan Pronto is saving over $850 a month. 615-499-5780 is the phone number. You can start the whole process easily on loanpronto.com. That's 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Honk. If you missed it last night, the Titans have released their 2024 schedule. Month of December, it's going to be tricky. You got the Jags at home. They're going to be facing Cincy at home, and then they go on the road for 2 at Indy, at Jacksonville, and they finish up the season in January against the Houston Texans. We are 100 days away from the start of the college football season, and now we know that we're also just 60 days away from the start of the College Football 25 video game dropping, as the release date was announced earlier today. July 15th, you're going to have an early drop, and on the cover of the game is Michigan running back Donovan Edwards, Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers, and Colorado wide receiver Travis Hunter. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. What day is today? Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yep.
Almost there.
One day closer to the weekend.
That's right.
I can't wait to get to this sheep story here in a second. Don Davenport's here.
Let's go.
Slay started to say before the break we had to take, man, sheep are dumb.
Yeah, they are.
I got a story. So we're gonna hit that in just a second. Ron Slay is here in the meantime.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Boom, boom, boom.
NBA playoff action tonight. T-Wolves hosting the Nuggies. Denver leads 3-2 in the series. They close it out tonight.
Yeah, they walked it down, boy. Championship pedigree.
What do you do with Joker?
I think a lot of people want to know that. Three out of 4 MVPs?
Yep.
Showing it. Showing why.
He's doing it and doing it
on the
well.
biggest stage, too, yeah.
Yep. NHL, Rangers at Hurricanes. Todd said yesterday, Rangers money line, by the way. 6 o'clock TNT, if you're into that kind of thing. Excuse me. Edmonton at Vancouver. Slay Dog said Vancouver money line.
You better know it. You better know it.
So did the A-Bet on Sportsline.
Did they? Trying to be like me. Everybody, see, I'm just giving out
Not everybody wants to be like Mike.
Some of them won't be like Slay.
That's right. All right, so
That's right.
we told a story about a guy in where was he? Algiers.
Yeah.
And he was what was he? Kidnapped by this guy?
Yeah, he was kidnapped 27 years ago.
And the guy's 61 now that did it.
Mm-hmm. He's 45.
And the guy now, after 27 years, he was 17 at the time. So he was in the cellar, and the top was covered by haystacks.
Yeah.
And so his dog sat on the guy's front porch trying to alert everybody until he wasn't on the front porch anymore.
Yeah, he vanished, they said. Yeah.
If only dogs could talk.
Right.
So then Bab said, well, what about the sheep, though? The sheep should have alerted people. And you said sheep are dumb.
Yeah, sheep ain't got no good sense. They don't. See, the reason I said it is because I remember, man, I was in Italy at the time, and so I used to take off. I used to live like 10 minutes away from the gym, so I take off probably about 45 minutes before when we just had to shoot. You know what I mean? Because, you ain't got to change or nothing. You just go out there in your sweats. You can go out there in sandals, whatever you do to get your shots up and then get on back to the house. That's what I was planning on doing. So I turned the block. As soon as I hit the block, I see a guy coming down through there with a little staff. And I'm like, man, where the little dude going? And then all of a sudden,
with a little staff.
With a little staff. Then all like Moses. Then everybody come through. I'm talking about the sheep come out of nowhere. Like hundreds of sheep.
Following this guy with the staff?
Yeah, following him, but I'm right there in the car. So I'm telling them, I'm honking the horn. Sheep don't move. They take up the whole road. So here come the little dog, the little sheep herder dog.
Yeah, the Aussie.
Yeah, he jumping on their backs, though. And it's like they don't feel it. So he just running. I mean, going back to front. And then
he's running on the sheep.
On top of the sheep. They taking up the whole street. I'm honking the horn. Come on, sheep. None of them looking back at me or nothing. All of them just following the little staffer. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, man, this is dumb, dog. So they finally clear a little way that I can get through. They went to the right, I went to the left. I had to go around to try to beat them. And then I get to practice. I'm at practice 10 minutes late. So I'm telling the people at practice.
Coach, it was the sheep.
It was the sheep. He like, Slay, listen.
That's like my dog ate my homework.
Yeah, but this was true. I told him, I'll tell you what, send the manager with me. We finna ride back up here and see the sheep. We ride back up here and see the sheep. It's only one sheep.
Where did the rest of them go?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm looking at this one little sheep like he lost. I'm trying to tell him, hey, man, like.
Where are your partners?
Say something to him, man. Like, this man, y'all, where the rest of y'all at, man? And the man was just looking. Like, so I said, man, forget it. Give me the fine, dog. I'm telling y'all, I couldn't.
You got fined because of sheep.
Sheep, dumb sheep. Like, wouldn't get out the way. All they had to do was scoot over a little bit. The little dog running on their back. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? I got to pay fines because the sheep won't move. It was dumb, Babsy. It was so dumb. I'm telling you, man.
That might be your best story
That
ever.
was dumb. I'm telling you, I got a picture of it somewhere.
I guarantee you the coach has seen that before, and he just didn't tell you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, probably so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like who?
I mean, there's a little staffer guy running around there all the time, I'm sure.
Why are you in the street? Shouldn't y'all be up on the hill like the sheep ranch thing where the guy was at? You know what I mean? He probably was up there. Well, I need to go check his cellar since they doing everything else. Blocking roads. Like, why would you bring sheep on the road?
What if you would have just plowed through them all?
That would have been something. They
All the humanity.
They were thick. Thick fur. That was some good fur right there.
So you think they could have taken it?
That's wool.
That's valuable wool.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was thick wool too.
Italian wool.
Man, good sweaters.
Tripping Titans. Sheep got to go places too, Slay.
Yeah, but on the street, they got mountains and hills and stuff they supposed to be on.
Sheep got
Man, folks in the street, man, with the little staffer man. And he didn't even look. That's the crazy part. He didn't look back. He looked like he was lost. Maybe that's why everybody was lost.
Emmett says sheep have the right of way, Slay.
They showed me. They walk alongside the car and everything. Man, that's crazy, man. Sheep crazy.
Vandy Chris 24, y'all have to play the T-Sweat clip with Mike Key talking about Texas. We did like 2 days ago.
Yeah. Come on, Vandy Chris. You got to be here, man.
Got to listen to every
Can't miss.
Ryan says this segment is hilarious.
No, this segment got me fined. I think it was like 2% or something. Man,
is that how they do it, percentage?
Yeah, depend on how bad it is.
2%?
Yeah, I guess they gave me a little, like, I had it up to 25. But I guess they gave me some slack. They gave me some slack because I guess it was like, man, maybe the sheep were there.
Should not have been the lowest amount of a fine you could possibly have.
Yes.
I mean, because how can you make up a story like that?
What am I supposed to do? Why would I just be late?
It's not like you come in here and, man, what am I going to tell this dude? Yeah.
No, you didn't hear me say, I got that picture somewhere. But they didn't believe that. They said I could have took that picture anytime. I'm just out here running around Italy taking pictures of sheep. Come on, dog. If it ain't in my way, why would I be taking the picture? That's what I'm trying to tell him. That's stupid, man.
I mean, there's so many funny elements of the story. Number one, from your perspective, like if you were lying about this because you're 10 minutes late to practice, like I could just see like, man, what am I going to tell this guy? Oh, yeah,
like,
sheep.
Oh, this is a great idea.
Sheep. Like,
this is a great lie.
I would have ran into a tree or something.
Like a little staffer or something.
Yeah, like, come on, dog. I made all that up.
Yeah, with a dog.
Still remember it to this day.
With a dog running around their backs.
2 dogs. One was in the back. I'm telling you.
Hey, that's my crazy Palmer.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's a herding dog.
It makes plenty sense now.
Yep.
Palmer's the one running to the glass.
Well, no, Patton's the one that tries to get through the glass to eat you, but he can't do that anymore because now he's handicapped.
Yeah. First of all, that ain't funny.
No, but yeah, that's. I mean, he still thinks he can, but he can't.
Delivered the right way.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
delivery is everything.
My glass in my door is not going to break now. No,
okay,
Palmer's
good.
the one that's on anxiety medicine.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because he kept running into windows.
Hey man, the dogs are so wild. Like it was run. I mean, it had so many more places to run instead of their backs.
Herding them.
Like
I need
crazy.
to see video of this. I guarantee you there's video.
When I get home and I get on my hard drive.
But then the other funny element is like the from the coaching perspective.
Yeah, they were wrong.
Like listening to you tell this outrageous story.
Frank Vitucci didn't. He ain't like me anyway. Cause see, I said something about him and it wasn't really my fault. The paper put it out.
my gosh.
It was in
you said something negative publicly about this guy?
It really wasn't negative. It was really the truth.
Well,
I told him he should have had me in the game. And then they took it and spent it and put it into like USA Today for them. It's the pink paper over there. But it's
pink paper.
Pink paper, they go everywhere in Italy. Yeah. And they got in there.
How did you find out that quote was in there?
I tweeted it, and then one of my former coaches called me and said, hey, man, you may want to erase that. It's in the paper. I'm like, what? I can't even read the paper. So it don't matter. But it got everywhere, boy.
Like a you problem.
Yeah, it got everywhere. Italian, man. I love them people.
So, bye week in week 5.
Let's do it. You think it's a problem?
Yeah, dude, because then you got to play. So, here's the positive. Okay, you play 4 games and see where you are. Like,
right.
They always break down the game and the schedule into quarters, coaches do, even though there's 17 now. But that gives you that first quarter of games, see where you are, see what changes need to be made. I don't know. But anyway, but then you get the long week in front of Indianapolis, first divisional game, which is a game you must have.
Yep. So what was it last year? We kept talking about it was like week 7 when they were coming back from London or something, or before going to London.
No, it was after London.
After London, it had to be like 7 or 8. But my thing is, you have to do that when you're breaking it up. To me, in my opinion, because your schedule is supposed to be so weak. So you should be fine throughout the rest of the season. Now the problem with that is, you got all your division opponents backloaded, so it get a little difficult. But if you get a week schedule like that, then hey man, there's things that come with it.
615-737-1045. What do you think about the Titans season now that the schedule is out and you know when every game is? And Lonzo says on YouTube, the guy with the staff is called a shepherd. Yeah, we know, but the staffer is a much better name for that guy.
Yeah.
Because what does he have?
He got a staff.
Yeah.
And he came down. You should have seen the little hill. He kind of trickled down.
Like Moses.
Yeah, little knees, little
like
weak.
The Titans rumors yesterday.
Yep.
Just trickled.
Yeah,
like an old man going to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Just dart trickle.
And now we have completely gone downhill.
Trippin' Titan says F them cheap. We'll be right back. 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, people? We're bringing you some good news. Everybody out there that had to go through the storms, you made it through safely. Hope you checked on your loved ones. Got something for you to pass along to them. Why don't you go and get a Cove generator? Automatic standby generator, even with a deal. No more storms will be coming. You're going to live in your home. It's going to take the value up on your home, so it's not a loss. Babsy, tell the people what we got for them.
Yes, Generator Dave at Cove Generators wants to help you out. Local company here, by the way, and the experts in generators. And what they have going on is Cove Generators, your premier Generac home standby generator dealer, and they are offering a free new 10-year warranty with the purchase of a Generac home standby generator. Get in on this deal today. It is not going to last. And then on top of it, how about $500 off?
Yes.
If you just tell them that you heard about them on The Zone from Dawn and Slay.
Yeah.
Or Babs and Slay, whatever works.
That makes sense.
They'll take care of you. Cove Generators, personal service matters. Family run and operated. Generac automatic standby generators or any brand of generator that you're in, they can perform maintenance on. All you do, visit covegenerators.com or call them 931-559-3311. Mention The Zone, $500 off.
That way you stay connected through it all.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Titan schedule's out. Opener on the road in Chicago against the Bears. Home opener against the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay at home, so back-to-back home games after that first road game. Then at Miami. Then the bye week, week 5 bye week. Then you go 13 games in a row. So you get Indianapolis off the bye. Then there are 3 times this year the Titans will play back-to-back road games. And then that starts with at Buffalo, at Detroit. Then you've got New England at home, at the Chargers. That's at one trip. But they come back Minnesota, at Houston, at Washington, Jacksonville and Cincinnati at home, on the road Indianapolis and Jacksonville, and then Houston. So 4 out of the last 5 games against the division. But they're going to play a lot of rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Potentially. Greg Cosell joins us from NFL Network. Among NFL Films, excuse me, Greg. Among other things, not that. Greg, what's up? How are you?
You guys got this one loss record all figured out, like everybody does for every team today?
Dawn has the Titans winning 10, and usually she's kind of a wet blanket with this thing.
Yeah.
It's like the draft grades the day after the draft. Everybody's got now every team schedule figured out.
I know, but doing what we do, we got to do that kind of thing. So here we are. Here we are.
So you think 10, Dawn? You think 10 games they're going to go 10-7?
I do. Is that aggressive?
Okay.
It all hinges on Levis.
I don't know. I haven't looked at anybody's schedule. I don't know.
I know. It really, I think a lot of these win totals look heavily at what you have at quarterback, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that don't believe in Levis.
Yeah, it's funny how that stuff works, the way people decide, that they believe in a guy or don't believe in a guy.
Well, my argument is I think they look at, it's real easy to not do your homework and just look at 58.4% completion percentage.
Numbers, which Cosell doesn't look at.
And listen, and look, unless you're trying to watch the Titans, you're not going to see the Titans. You know what I mean?
No. They're not a team that I think a lot of people at this moment in time, hopefully that changes, are not that a lot of people are familiar with in terms of studying their tape. Mm-hmm. But one could also argue that Levis played very well last year, which I would argue based on tape, given the fact that he was playing behind one of the worst offensive lines in football and probably not a lot of weapons last year. So the offensive line will be a work in progress clearly, but the weapons have changed dramatically.
Well, let's start there because we're going to talk about some of these rookie quarterbacks because the Titans are going to play Anthony Richardson, who has a limited amount of film, twice. Drake May potentially, J.J. McCarthy potentially. Who else? Caleb Williams, obviously, in the opener, which we'll get to. Jaden Daniels. They're going to see a lot of these dudes. So we'll talk about that with you today. But let's revisit your evaluation of what Will Levis put on film last year.
Yeah, I think ultimately he played well given the circumstances. There's clearly some things he needs to work on. I think some of that will come with experience. He needs to find a better balance between staying in the pocket and delivering the ball and getting out of the pocket. Now, I think staying in the pocket and delivering the ball is a really positive trait, but obviously there's a balance there that comes from experience. And playing behind a really poor offensive line, he ended up getting sacked a lot because he was staying and waiting to make throws, which I personally think that being patient in the pocket and making late in the down throws is a really good trait to have. But obviously, like I said, you just have to get a feel for when you have to get out of there. And I think that's reps. That'll come with more and more snaps.
Greg Cosell with us on 3HL. All right, Titans open in Chicago against the Bears. Caleb Williams, we talked about his tape from last year. It's a little bit different than the tape from the year before. A lot of off-schedule throws and off-balance throws last year. What did you see on film from him?
Well, that's probably the strength of his game at this point. The fact that he's an outside of structure player and he's really good at that. as a passer, he controls the ball extremely well. To me, that's his best strength as a thrower. He can control the ball and place it where he wants to. And that can't be overstated. That is really, really critical. So he's a really good prospect. The one thing, and a lot of people feel differently about this, but he got sacked a ton in college and he fumbled a lot in college. And there's a lot of people who believe that the sack part doesn't change when you get to the NFL, that if you're a quarterback that gets sacked a lot in college, you tend to get sacked a lot in the NFL. Now, having said that, does that mean he can't be a really good player? No. They get him week 1, which is kind of an unknown. Now, their offensive coordinator is Shane Waldron in Chicago, and he's been in the league for a number of years. He was the offensive coordinator for Seattle. He was with the Rams prior. So since coaches coach against coaches in terms of concepts and schematics, they're going to know what Shane Waldron wants to do, because he has a background. They know. But it's impossible to know how Caleb Williams will execute that because it'll be his first game.
All right, Cosell. Well, now let's shift from that. What are we going to see from Jordan Love if we're going down the schedule? They got the Jets, then they got the Packers. The Packers come to Nashville. Jordan Love, I see where he left off last season.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah. Does he pick up there from the way he played? What made it click for him, you think?
Well, you'd have to assume he will. I mean, right. I even thought early in the season he showed signs of really developing into a quality player. And then over the last, I don't know what the number of game was. It was probably beginning around week 9, week 10. Mm-hmm. He was arguably as good a quarterback as there was in the league.
Right.
And he's big, he's physical, he's got a big arm, he can make plays outside of structure. He started to get a lot better just in terms of what he saw, how quickly he saw it. He's a really big-time talent. I mean, you're dealing, and he's a big kid.
Yeah.
One could make the argument, and I would probably make it, that he's more talented than Caleb Williams. So, I think that Jordan Love has a chance to be a really, really high-level quarterback in this league, and I'm not sure there's any reason why he wouldn't continue to improve. I don't know Jordan Love, but let's assume all good things about him. Then he's going to continue to get better. He's got the same offensive system, same coach. Now they have Josh Jacobs. I think they'll run the ball as Matt LaFleur wants to do. Because remember last year in those last 5 or 6 games or down the stretch, Aaron Jones had over 100 yards, I think, in 5 games in a row. Yep. So it's a balanced offense that doesn't necessarily ask Jordan Love to be Superman, on every single play. Right. So I would expect him to continue to get better, and he's got really high level traits.
You know what? Now thinking about it, that made me think back to it. I thought the game you're right, it got more simple for him. He started simplifying the game instead of trying to make those big-time plays and letting those playmakers work for him. Christian Watson came on, and now you add a guy like Josh Jacobs, man. That's you're right. You're right.
Well, what made Love's season really impressive, too, is he was playing with 2 second-year receivers and 3 first-year receivers. Yeah. So it's not as if he had a veteran receiver that was a security blanket where he could say, hey, it's 3rd and 7, I'm going to this guy because he's my guy. He didn't have that guy, and he still had an unbelievable stretch. I think there was a stretch where he threw something like 18 touchdowns and 1 interception, and I don't know how many games that was. But until that last game against the 49ers when they lost and he threw a really bad pick. He was just a really bad pick. Nothing else you can say about it. And I think he threw 2 picks in that game, but the second one was much later in the game. Yeah. He was phenomenal for quite a stretch.
He was.
Greg Cosell with us from NFL Films and the NFL Matchup Show on the ESPN properties. Talking about some of these rookie quarterbacks the Titans might face. They might get them all, basically. New England. Yeah. By the time the Titans play New England, Drake May might be out there. So what did you see on film?
What week do they play New England?
November 3rd.
Okay, so that's probably what,
week
9 or 10 games?
Week 9, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You never know. I mean, it obviously depends on how they're doing. Teams always say they want to sit a quarterback, and then they end up going 1-4, and all of a sudden that guy's in the game. Drake May, I thought that he was to use the cliche, the toolsiest of all the quarterbacks. 6'4", 223, really good arm, good movement ability. Just the size is a trait, as people understand. Size is a trait. I thought he was a really good prospect. He had a couple of issues. The main one was just he was really kind of erratic with his ball placement, and that was a bit of a problem. And if that continues to be a problem, where he just misses routine throws, then he'll always struggle to some degree. Now, he threw the ball really well down the field. That was really the strength of his game. He made a lot of downfield, big-time throws, and he certainly can get the ball down the field. But he just has to become more consistent in terms of his ball placement. He can't miss layups, and not in this league because you don't get that many of them, and you can't miss them. And he's got a couple of things mechanically to clean up. He tends to kind of drift in the pocket, and he created his own pressure because the offensive line is not pass protecting, counting on him drifting. So, there's certain little things he has to clean up, but he's a big kid with a lot of plus traits. But I would bet that they would prefer not to put him out there right away. That would be my guess in New England. That's why they have Jacoby Brissett.
Right, and so here's the other thing, scheduling-wise. Patriots start with 3 of their first 4 on the road against the Bengals, Jets, and 49ers. I think you have to go Jacoby Brissett first. But
for sure. I mean, in my mind, look, I certainly haven't, I don't know Gerard Mayo, and I certainly, haven't had any conversations, but I would think that that's not even a question right now, that in their mind, Brissett's their starting quarterback.
If J.J. McCarthy is rolling out with the football in Week 11 against the Titans, what does his film look like with the Vikings?
If J.J. McCarthy, again, is starting, I would think that they're not doing real well. I
love you, Cosell.
McCarthy's an interesting guy because there's something there to cultivate and to develop. He was a guy that looked totally different in shorts and a T-shirt than he did watching his tape. When I was at the Combine, the ball came out of his hand much better at the Combine than it did watching his tape. And I watched probably 15 games going back to last year. On tape, he worked very hard to throw the ball, and he had clean pockets. He played behind as good an offensive line as there was in college football a year ago, certainly in the Power 5 group. So he really was not under duress very much at all, and he worked hard to throw the ball. His arm did not look strong watching his tape. Now, when you watch him throw, let's say at the Combine, his arm looked a lot stronger. So you have to decide what that means because, when they do those measurements at the Combine, he was near the top, but that's not the way he played on tape. He missed a lot of routine throws. His ball placement was very inconsistent. So we'll see. I mean, he's got a lot of movement ability though, and he made some really good throws on the move. That was one I thought a strength of his game. But I think he's going to need some time. Now, I think he's in a really good spot. Kevin O'Connell's one of the best in the league with quarterbacks, and that offense, I think, really helps quarterbacks.
Jaden Daniels, when it comes to Jaden Daniels and him being able to get to where he wants to, is this an RG3 situation going into the Washington? Oh,
no, I think he's a way better pocket player than RG3. I don't think that they'll have some design runs clearly, but I don't think that they're going to build their offense around him running the football.
Good.
And one of the things that really, what's that?
He's a little frail too. It looks.
Yeah, I mean he got up to I think 212. Yeah. So he's whereas when he went to college at ASU he was I think 180, but I think he was tiny. Up to 212. But as he played more and more, he was much more comfortable in the pocket. He did not leave the pocket for the most part, unless it was the last thing. He just got better and better in terms of patience and progression reading. I don't think he's a runner in a sense that he's going to drop back and take off. I think he's going to let the offense work for him. Okay. Will there be design runs? Yes, but I don't think he's going to be like Lamar in the sense that he's going to have 12 or 13 carries in a game. That would be my sense. I could be wrong. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury, who's the OC in Washington, would want to play that way anyway.
True.
So we're talking about all these rookie quarterbacks that the Titans could possibly see, Cosell, but at least we know one quarterback who is now in year 2. They're going to see at least twice, C.J. Stroud with the Texans. And I'm just curious, there's always talk, okay, it's year 2. Will the league have figured him out? Or, will there be regression? What did you see in his film from last year that maybe proves that there won't be regression, or where he just really got it?
Well, normally, when a quarterbacks do really well early, what teams try to do, teams that they're going to play, is number one, they try to really understand the team's pass game concepts, in specific situations. So they know that, hey, if it's 3rd and 6, 7 plus, these are the 3 concepts we're likely to see. And they try to take those away. So they force a young quarterback then to have to go through progressions and maybe not be as decisive in the pocket. Secondly, they try to figure out, okay, how does he do under pressure? What kind of pressure concepts impacted him to the point where maybe he just got a little indecisive or was a little uncertain? Because you're not necessarily figuring him out in a strict sense, because it's not as if his traits are going to change. You're trying to figure out schematically what would impact his decision-making, slow him down mentally to make him play faster physically. Because that's ultimately what happens. If you're slowed down mentally, you start to play faster physically.
Greg Cosell, NFL matchup, NFL films. Great stuff, man. It'd be wild if the Titans got all those rookie quarterbacks.
Well, and they could. You never know. I mean, I know that they have one night game, and then every other game besides the West Coast game, I guess, is a early start, right? They don't really have any late games.
14.
I mean, that's not a surprise, though, right?
No, not at this point.
As Slay said, you didn't prove anything last year. You don't deserve to get any prime time games.
They have the first bye, and I know teams don't like that because then they got to play 13 straight.
13 straight. Yeah, they've got 14 noon games, a 3:05, a 6:30, and a TBD with the Houston game at the end. So
I only know this because Buck told me, not because I studied this.
Careful with what Buck tells you. But anyway.
Truth.
At Greg Cosell on X. Greg, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thanks. Talk to you next week.
All right.
Thanks,
Don's
Cosell.
got the Titans winning 10. How? Why? We'll talk about it next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
I'm going to tell you who should be your flagship home for outdoor lighting perspectives, or for your outdoor lighting. It's Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. Bob Lyons and the team over there have been around for over 38 years and have been making homes stunning with landscape lighting. They'll even give you a free nighttime design demonstration, by the way, to show you exactly how Outdoor Lighting Perspectives can enhance your home and your landscape. Latest LED lighting they do, including full range color and warm white lighting. They do permanent roofline lighting by Gemstone Lighting. They do full service holiday lighting. They do event lighting. They do commercial lighting. They do everything. And I can tell you that they're really good at residential landscape lighting because they did my backyard. Light up your night with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives with festival lights, path lights, wall washing, tree lighting, area lighting. They design, install, and maintain. Give them a call. They'll help you out. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. You can contact Bob, the owner. They'll come out to your house and figure out a plan for you. Contact them at outdoorlights.com/Nashville.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. 10 wins, Don Davenport. Usually at this point of the year, schedule comes out and we're having to talk you up from whatever number you come up with.
I know. What's going on with me?
Well, to be fair, one of those wins you think is because Houston will have already locked up what they need to lock up at the end of the season, and the Titans will just walk in and win one.
That is possible, yes.
So, that being said, how'd you get there?
Well, I'm trying to, let me pull it up so I can go through it, right? I want to hear from Titans fans too, because who was it? There's one in the chat. I forget who he is. He's so negative, but 3 wins.
He said 3.
3. What's the current over-under for Titans wins is 6.5.
Listen, if you think they're that bad, I want to know what the 3 are.
Yeah, so those teams got to be really just
Patriots will be
teams.
one of them.
No, they got to be expansion teams. They just came in the league yesterday.
Like the expansion WNBA team in Toronto?
right.
Immediately playing. We don't care how many players you got in to get out
Vanderbilt volleyball, playing football?
We're trying to get people in the portal and there to get out there.
What did you say, Hunk?
That was James that said that. He said that there were too many new pieces for the Titans. Second-year quarterback, new staff, old receivers, new O-line, D-line. 3 games is his take.
Yeah, let me put the number in the chat.
Okay, are they better on the offensive line on paper this year than last year?
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely.
Not even just a little bit.
Right.
I mean, not even incrementally better. Regardless, they are light years better than they were last year. And I don't even have to see a single snap to know that.
Are they better at wide receiver than they were last year?
Not just incrementally, but
repeat
on paper, light years
and
better.
now you don't have a rookie quarterback. You got a quarterback with some experience, also a quarterback going through an offseason where he knows he's the guy.
Right.
Right?
Are they better at corner?
Wait, better at quarterback.
Oh, yes, you would think so with now a year under his belt. But I'll even give you that. I'll give you that. Okay, we don't know.
To be seen. Yeah, okay.
I'll give you that.
I got a hot take for you.
Okay.
They're better at running back too.
I was
the combination of Pollard.
Look at you guys.
Listen, the cross pollination of Pollard and Spears in this new system, where they're going to have 100 targets.
This is the question.
I think they're better in the run game.
It takes the predictability all the way
man.
out the window.
I mean, Spears actually yards per carry was higher than Derrick Henry last year.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Are they better at play calling this year without
incrementally,
without even seeing
a single snap played?
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't need nothing to play with.
Ewing, yes.
Now
yes. So we've just done the whole offense.
Okay,
tight end Chig will be better because another year. Plus, he came on at the end of last season. It's almost like a light bulb went off in that guy.
But I'll give you that. Okay, no, they're not going to be better at tight end.
Maybe they're the same.
No, they're not going to be better at quarterback.
We'll
give you those 2, right?
Will Wiley be better in year 2?
You would think, yeah. But I'll give you those 2 for the naysayers. Okay, now go to the defensive side of the ball.
Let's go to corner because somebody said that the Jets are going to the Bears or Jets. I can't remember.
It was the Bears.
Is going to pick apart the Titans secondary. I'm like, what is it about the 2 new corners that you don't like in McCrary going back to where he needs to be?
Where he said last year how much better he is there.
L'Jarius Sneed was the number 1 corner on the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get that.
No, I'm not going to say. Now, listen. The problem with this team is.
I'm not saying that they're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm telling you how they're going to win more than 3, and you can make a case for your 10. This is what I'm doing. Now, it's gonna have to be a very positive, injury-free type of year because they have no depth. That's where this team.
And that's a great point.
That's where this team lacks. So if people start getting hurt, then they're a much different group.
Yeah, I think that all because of the past, that always has, regardless of change of coaching regime or whatever, that's always in the forefront of everybody talking about Titans because that's what happens. You're not in this position if everybody was healthy.
Are they better in the front 7? No.
Nope.
All right, you lose to Nico Autry. You hope T. Sweat turns out immediately.
Should you be better on the edges?
And he could.
He could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah.
on the edges.
Yeah, they should be better.
I mean, Harold Landry, you could tell. I mean, you can go look at his game log and see where he was over the ACL.
You can see it. If Arden Key is put in a situational spot, Rashad Weaver, I expect more playing time out of Rashad Weaver, him being able to pin his ears back. Like, it's some spots that are out there to go capitalize on your opportunity, and the opportunity will be there, especially in a system where you got to keep repeating this. A lot of times, things are covered up by your style of play. It may have deficiencies all over the field, but if you can cover up with what Denard Wilson, what I believe that he wants to do is attack, then that's different. Sometimes the Titans would sit back and wait. You know what I'm saying? So you can't capitalize on what Harold Landry's bringing or what Arden Key's bringing or the twist up front where Rashad Weaver's he's coming through the middle. Like, it's so many different things to play with. When you have that scheme and that attacking mindset, you automatically take out all these threats that the Bears are going to carve us up with. If you ain't got no time to throw, brother, get what? I don't care if you got Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, and T.O. out there.
Yeah.
It do not matter. You better have time to throw. And if you're attacking, like Denard Wilson and the system he comes from does,
you would
to
your point, you would expect to get more out of Arden Key. I mentioned Harold Landry. I just pulled up his game log. Mm-hmm. In the last 12 games, he had 9.5 sacks.
Full year off the ACL now.
And so that 12 games starts with the return from London. And so, yeah, maybe you get more out of him for sure. But
now I will say I am a little concerned at safety.
Right. And so somebody wrote Justin Simmons, chosen _522. We need Justin Simmons.
They have the money to do it.
It's weird that nothing's happened with him so far, and it's weird that the Titans haven't done anything yet. That's kind of weird to me, that whole, both ends of that story. 615-737-1045. Joshua in White House. Josh, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yo.
What's up, Josh?
Hey, man, I think we're going to go 10-7. And I really don't – I don't even like that number. I wish we could go more. But I'm going to give you a solid 10-7. I think the bye week is actually going to help us. There's a new management system in place, and this is entirely dependent on the culture that they develop in the locker room and in the offices. And if they can get that right, then, we're going to lose a couple games, but we're going to prove that we're a new Titans threat and a new Titans team. We've always been treated as kind of like a nuisance because we were always that team that was like, maybe they're going to, smash mouth football. Mm-hmm. And you never know what's going to happen with the Titans. But I think this is the year that they're actually going to get everything going and straight. But I'm saying we're going to go 10-7.
All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Right there with Babs.
615-737-1045.
I'm not worried about the culture.
No,
are you?
No.
Just from hearing from certain people inside the building, and people who work in different departments too. And I'm not speaking to like the top, the Rand Carthons. I'm speaking strictly to the coaching staff and that culture and Brian Callahan and what he wants to establish there. I'm not worried about what that culture is going to be. And even talking to some of the players in what they've already felt, just from limited meetings and time there, I think the culture is going to be in a really, really good place.
I love listening to Brian Callahan, not even talk about football, but talk about leadership.
Mm-hmm.
But, he grew up with a coach, Yep. 615-737-1045. Randy on Facebook says, by the way, you can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Randy says, Snead will lock down Allen. That will be a great week one matchup, L'Jarius Snead and Keenan Allen. 615-737-1045.
Want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville because I love my new windows. Actually cleaned them this morning. How about that? Because it's so easy because I can open them and they're not stuck or painted shut like my old ones were. And also I didn't have to clean any bugs off the windowsill because bugs aren't getting in now with my new Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. You need to call them if you know that you need new windows or doors, and you might be surprised to learn how affordable those replacement windows are from Pella Windows and Doors. Even more affordable with the deal that they have going on. All you have to do, tell them Dawn sent you 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. So you can take a full year to pay off your windows and doors from Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Trust me, you'll love it, just like all the other people who have written reviews on Google have loved working with Pella Windows and Doors. 4.9 rating with a ton of reviews on Google. So schedule your free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Check out that offer I mentioned. You can do all of that at PellaNashville.com.
Good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunt with the Titans schedule dropping late last night. We've been breaking it down all day on 3HL. Couple things. One, yes, the Titans are starting the season off in Chicago against the Bears on September 8th. They will have back-to-back road games twice this upcoming season. They will go to Buffalo and to Detroit on October 20th and 27th. And then towards the end of the season, they will travel to Indy and Jacksonville in back-to-back weeks on December 22nd and 29th. It is the final week of the regular season for SEC baseball. Vanderbilt and Kentucky are about to get going up in Lexington. You can watch on the SEC Network Plus. And then Tennessee and South Carolina are about to start in Knoxville in 30 minutes, where Tennessee is trying to become the number one seed and win the SEC regular season championship outright. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful Thursday in the Music City. What up? Headed toward the weekend.
We almost there.
Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building. Time and a honk. Good time and a honk.
Well, you know, Slay Dog.
Man, I'm just trying to get these bets together, man. I got to finally hit over here, man. I got a hit tonight as far as the my player props. Excuse me, my player props go. I'm gonna get them right.
NBA or NHL? Can you do player props in the NHL? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think you can. I'm sure you got.
I'm sure you can do whatever you want.
You got to be too detailed in that one. I don't follow it that close. I do got the parlay though for the Rangers and the Canucks. I picked both of them money line in hockey tonight, so that'll get you like plus 484 or something.
There you go. Denver and Minnesota. Denver leads 3-2.
Bet against Denver, and Denver's Minnesota's favorite too. Carl Anthony Towns got to play really, really well for them to get this win, and he got to stay out of foul trouble. If not, they will be going to Cancun. They'll be fishing.
Not Galveston.
Not Galveston.
Not Nashville.
Not here either.
615-737-1045. Don Davenport is here.
What up, Babson?
So, happy Thursday, people.
Davenport, you sent this a couple of days ago, and I kept meaning to get back to it. Dov Kleiman did some digging. He found the star rating for all the projected starting quarterbacks coming out of high school.
It's interesting, isn't it? What's
interesting to me might be different in terms of being interesting to you guys. I don't know. Maybe it's the same. Will Levis, 3-star quarterback coming out of high school.
Yep. But there are a lot of them.
8 of the 32 projected starting quarterbacks are 5-star players. 8 of the 32, 25%. Easy math there. In terms
of... we like easy math.
This one I have to get the calculator out. In terms of 4 or 5-star players, 18 of the 32 were 4 or 5-star players. It's funny how, like, everybody blasts away at, like, the star system and everything, but, like, those guys, I mean, they know what they're doing.
I think is it easier at the quarterback position to
maybe
do that?
Yeah, 56%. 56.25% were either 4 or 5-star players. So I just thought that was an interesting list that you passed along. Let's see. In terms of low
name
rank
the
guys,
other 3. Yeah, name the other 3-star guys.
Well, Aaron Rodgers and Daniel Jones were NA for whatever reason. So really, 18 out of 30, I guess, is where you got to go, and 8 out of 30. So
yeah, but they were kind of NA because they weren't 5-stars, right? Well, Aaron Rodgers is old.
Josh Allen also, he was small school.
Yep.
They just didn't have stars on those guys coming out of high school for whatever reason. Right. Daniel Jones, obviously a handpicked guy from David Cutcliffe.
Right.
That went to Duke. So there are actually 3 guys with no stars. So there you go. So 18 of the 29 then. 3-star guys, Gardner Minshew, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield. Remember, Russell Wilson was at Wisconsin.
Yep.
NC State. NC State.
NC State then to Wisconsin.
Then went to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, 3 stars.
That's my guy.
Dak Prescott, 3-star, going to Mississippi State.
Yep. Turned out okay.
Will Levis, 3-star. Patrick Mahomes, 3-star, going to Texas Tech.
Wow, that's an interesting one.
Lamar Jackson, 3-star.
Another interesting one. He's kind of
Justin,
successful.
A lot of Heisman guys in this.
Justin Herbert, 3-star.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the guy.
The dude. Come on. Yeah.
Come on. Kirk Cousins, 3-star.
He's made a lot of money.
$400 million for that 3-star.
That's amazing.
Jordan Love, 3 stars. And Brock Purdy, 3 stars.
It's a good 3 stars.
Your 4-star guys were Derek Carr, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, and Drake May, Deshaun Watson. Also, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, Geno Smith, Anthony Richardson, and Joe Burrow. The 5-star guys, J.J. McCarthy, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Tua Tagovailoa, and Bo Nix. 5-star quarterback went to Auburn.
I don't get the front one or the back one, but okay.
What was the front one?
Shoot, why'd you?
J.J. McCarthy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray also 5-star.
I accept it.
I remember that.
He was a animal.
Yeah. Animal.
Yeah, everybody else, nah.
I thought that was an interesting list.
Stafford was a dog.
Some Titans schedule notes for you if you haven't seen it. We'll get to that in just a second. If you want to weigh in, maybe you, because we knew the opponents. We just didn't know when and when the bye week was and you know, how the road games were scattered and all those things. So I'm curious to get y'all's opinion out there at 615-737-1045. What do you think about the Titans season now that you know where every game is slotted and when? 615-737
in that early bye week.
1045. Yeah, bye week in week 5. Tony in McMinnville. Tony, what up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Yo.
What up, Tony?
The one thing that I've noticed, especially after the schedule came out, we can all agree that we're kind of uncertain on how this new regime is going to work out. The new players, we got a lot of unknowns. The good part about that is the rest of the NFL doesn't know either. They don't know what we're going to do. They don't know the tendencies with the way this thing's put together. And early in the season, it kind of gives us a little bit of an advantage if everybody buys in.
Yeah. I think that's a great point. I have them 3-1
Thank you,
heading into the bye, specifically with that point that he just made as well.
What's the loss?
Green Bay.
Green Bay, man. Jordan Love turned it on to a different level last year, man. I didn't think that guy was capable of that.
No, he looked good.
Yeah.
And like what Cosell was saying, his receivers and his guys around him, he trusted them to get him the ball earlier, and they started making plays. They looked a lot more comfortable. A lot more comfortable as the season went on.
You just heard, if you missed Cosell today too, go listen to the podcast because he talked about Jordan Love and just kind of how he looked and what he looked like last year and what you can kind of expect from him moving forward.
Yeah. You know, with the experience he's gotten, it's gonna be difficult to see a step back.
Don't you have to run to the betting window to take the Titans plus 4.5 in Chicago in Caleb Williams' first ever NFL game?
I think so. I mean, I know it's in Chicago. That place is going to be rocking.
Going to be rocking.
We were looking at tickets to be able to go to that game.
Yeah.
And you know they're going to be hard to find. Caleb Williams' debut.
Yeah.
Not going to be easy, but I mean, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And like that caller just pointed out, like you don't know what the Titans are. You don't know. I mean, I guess you can go back and look at Cincinnati and what they did offensively and know that some of those tendencies are going to be here, right? With what Callahan wants to do and likes to do and was successful at, but you don't really know what his offense is going to look like.
I just bet on it.
Did you go over in sacks as well for Caleb Williams after talking to Cosell?
I just bet 100 on him.
I mean, maybe.
I'll take that.
Dang, Slay.
Yep. Plus
it's
4.5.
aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
I'm glad you had $100 in there to do that.
Well, I sure hope there are no injuries or something that affects that.
Nah. Yeah, the Caleb Williams.
We haven't even hit training camp. You don't know.
Yeah.
Might not even be Caleb Williams as the quarterback.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah, 4.5's the number.
I got them 4.5. That 4.5 won't move, regardless who's hurt, any of that.
Yeah, a 4.5-point underdog in the opener in Chicago, 4-point underdog at home against the Jets.
Yes.
Or as Mickey Ryan calls them, the Jest. J-E-S-T. Jest. So what if they go 2-0? Then what's everybody saying? Then you're going to that Green Bay game and the at Miami Monday nighter.
Like I set up. I'm glad we got Green Bay here.
615-737-1045. Susie will lead us off when we come back. We'd love to hear from you. Your thoughts on the Titans schedule. Where do you have them? What do you think about Don's projection of 10? 615-737-1045. 10 wins. That is.
Holistic stem cell therapy. You can go and get it at KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Get your consultation today, 615-850-4415. You've heard the amazing stories from me. You hear other people that you can speak to or listen to speak on the social media. Get their content right there off Kellum Stem Cell Institute. Just go follow and hear the amazing stories, not only about athletes being able to recover and get back to being active as they once were. The active ones are the ones that are retired, like myself. Being able to get out there and not have that pain, that inflammation flaring up all over your body. You can get that handled. Your body, your cells, your solution. Your body stem cells are also stored for future and continued use. So this is not a one-stop thing that you just go in, get it, and it's over with. No. And not only sports related, being active, autism, man. I'm telling you, autism or arthritis, some amazing stories. Shout out to Tristan, man. You got to go on the website and listen to a story. I promise you will walk away like I need to get involved. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
I want to tell you about Two Rivers Ford. We all like simple, right? God, I like simple in my life. It was real simple to buy a vehicle. Bought my new Ford F-150 from Two Rivers Ford, and that's what they do. Simple. Wouldn't it be great to know you're getting the best price from the most reputable dealership? Yeah, that's Two Rivers Ford. They make shopping for a vehicle easy, and it starts with their non-commissioned salespeople who are amazing. These sales experts at Two Rivers Ford get paid whether you buy a vehicle or not, so you don't have to worry about being pressured. They're just there to help you. And when it comes to price, Two Rivers Ford sells all of their non-specialty vehicles below MSRP. You know you're getting the best deal. Reputation, yeah, pretty simple too. Two Rivers Ford has been around for decades and are one of the top Ford dealers in the entire nation. Best price, locally owned and nationally recognized dealer. Plus, non-commissioned salespeople. No wonder Two Rivers Ford is the South's most trusted Ford dealer. You can find them in Mount Juliet, 7 miles east of the airport, or you can always check out their inventory online at tworiversford.com.
Mortgage Professionals in Middle Tennessee. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, owner of Wesley Mortgage. I'm a true local, born in Mount Juliet, met my wife at MTSU, and I live in Franklin. While every other mortgage company is cutting back, we're rapidly expanding and investing. Are you sick of feeling like an operations employee to ensure your loans are closed on time? When you look around your office, it doesn't look the same. You're missing people. You're missing your friends. Is anyone having fun? We're having fun every day. As the official mortgage provider of the Tennessee Titans, I've personally recruited the top local operations team to ensure your loans are closed on time. So you get paid. So you get to spend time building your business and you get to have fun at work again. Now is the time to join our team. To start a confidential conversation with our local president and COO, visit whywesley.com. whywesley.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Best road trips on this schedule. We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay.
Slay Dog's already got a ranking.
I got a ranking.
We wanted to go to Chicago.
They may be somewhere on my list.
That might be the number one.
Could be. Possibility.
I mean, there's some big cities in here. Miami, LA.
Tickets were so expensive.
DC.
Ooh, LA.
Nah.
For 2 days.
Maybe Robbie
We'll
Bourne's
do that
got
for your wedding.
Maybe Robbie Bourne over there at the Titans has some tickets for you.
Yeah, maybe I can hit him up.
I don't know what Slay's list is, but Chicago's number one.
Yeah.
You have Cubs and Yankees
Debut.
happening at the same time as Titans and Bears.
Oh, is that true?
Oh.
Yes.
So you got to make a decision then.
No, because Cubs Yankees is 3-game series, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just saying that made up my mind.
It's a good point, Hunk.
I'm with you on Chicago. Now, Soldier Field is away from where you would stay, down around Michigan Avenue or whatever, but I've never been to a Bears game at Soldier Field.
Do not go in the wintertime.
Well, I mean,
it is that wind off the lake during wintertime, horrific.
I told you the most miserable game I ever worked was that Northwestern game. Was it Northwestern that I was talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And it was like 32 degrees, pouring rain with like 60-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah, I went to Chicago once in June, and I had to take sweatshirts because we were right on the lake, and it was 45 degrees in June.
Yeah. Cold.
If I ain't mistaken,
the game is September, though, so we're good.
Yeah. Is Northwestern playing at their practice facility this year?
Oh, are they? I knew the last time the last game I worked there, they were talking about new stadium.
And I remember you showed that picture.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
their practice facility is
unreal. How cold is that going to be though, right there, Babs?
Yeah, oof.
Yeah, I mean it's wide open.
Hey, Dawn, Northwestern hosts Duke that weekend.
Oh, there we go.
So, Dawn, you have Yankees, Cubs, you have Duke, Northwest. No, it's
football.
September.
Ain't nobody want to see on Northwestern and Duke.
Hey.
And you have Titans, Bears.
Riley Howard ain't even there no more. Where'd he go? Where'd he transfer to? Now, I would go see him, the Duke quarterback. He transferred
Riley
to
Leonard?
Riley Leonard.
Yeah. I said Riley Howard. Who is Riley Howard?
Did he go to Notre Dame?
He went even Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look at us, boy. This is sports talk.
Riley Howard. Who's Riley Howard?
I don't have no earthly idea who that is.
I think he was Andy in the Andy Griffith Show.
Nah, it was that name too.
That's Ronnie Howard. Ron Howard.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it.
Riley Howard is the founder and president of the Elite Three. There's also a Riley Howard that played at Tennessee State.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
maybe that's what.
I'll come back to me.
Full circle. 615-737-1045. Let's get Susie in here from Chattanooga. Susie, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
You tell us.
What's up, Susie?
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't called in a while because I've been upset with my team. But I'm tired of all this trash talking on Will Levis. Put any quarterback behind that line we've had, and what are they gonna do?
Get hurt.
He showed out exactly, and. He showed out. He's a big, tough man. I got faith in him. I ain't looking to draft another quarterback for a minute. And I drive for the railroad. I don't know if y'all remember that. Mm-hmm. So I shuttle them around. So I picked up a couple guys yesterday. One was a Saints fan. He said, I hope y'all whoop them. And then the conductor got in, and he was like, yeah, we got an easy first game. And I was like, who's your team? He said, Chicago. And I went, boy, let me tell you something. No, you don't. He said, yeah. He said, we got Kayla. I said, yeah, but do you know Big Jeff? And do you know Sweat? I said, you just come on. I said, and bring it on. I said, I knew you wasn't from down here from the way you talk. But I got a question. How's Stonehouse? Is he okay?
That's a good question.
He's working his way back to you. From what I was told on that deal is actually because a lot of people think that it's better for him that it was the plant foot, but it's actually worse that it was the plant foot.
Yeah.
But he's been over the facility and everything. I think he's also a real estate agent now. Anyway.
I saw that. And I told you we also judged the Miss Tennessee USA pageant.
Stonehouse out here, man.
He's out there.
Well, I just wanted to kick the ball.
Well, yeah, I know.
But I'm hoping he's good, and then I will be at the Indy game, and I hope he kicks it down their throat. And the only thing I'm worried about when we play the Bears is the mayor of Murfreesboro.
Kevin Byard coming downhill.
Byard.
I'm telling you. I know he's going to show out, and I love him, but I got faith in this team this year, and you're going to be hearing more from me.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm saying 10 and 6. At least 10 and 6.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, add another game because they play 17.
Okay. 11 and 6.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, Susie. Way to get out there.
I went 10 and 7, but I like it.
Way to get out there on the high dive.
That's right. And I'm going with Slay. I'm fixing to place my bet, too. And I hope they keep us underdogs every game. I love it when they do it. I love it that they hate us. I love it they don't give us no respect. And I think we're going to show out this year.
Nice, Susie. Yes.
Good to hear from you, Susie. We missed you.
Well, I'll be back. I promise. I'll be back. I ain't had nothing much to say. And I'd have been cussing, and y'all to cut me off. So.
All right.
May or may not have happened in the past.
Yeah.
That's right. Y'all have a good day.
Keep everybody in line down there.
Hey, don't worry. I got them.
All right.
Thanks, Susie.
Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.
There you go.
I love Susie.
I
She's
love
like,
Susie.
we
did have to dump her once.
Yeah, we did.
I think it was the S-bomb.
She said,
Keanu.
I know you're not from down here because of the way you talk. I'll guarantee you that guy was like, I know you are from down here because of the way you talk.
Right.
I love it.
Mayor,
I love her
Big
accent.
Country said, Mayor of Murfreesboro has seen better days.
Yeah.
That's true.
It
was true last year.
Slay Dog said he's going to want to be right out there. Coming off that little Philly experiment.
I know, but it's one thing to want to be right, and there's another to battle Father Time.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Big Country says T-Sweat going to be a force.
You better believe it.
I think he will be too.
I hope so.
Now, Tim White said he was 366. Other people I've started to hear from are saying he's more like 385.
I don't care what he is. As long as you can condition, you straight. Play ball, man. You don't win the outlet. You don't win like see. And this is a touchy subject to me because this is what they try to pin on me. The weight thing and all that. Dog, if I produce out there, I'm not jumping in no modeling contest after the game is over. I promise you I'm not. But that production gonna damn near wish you I had jumped into it if it was gonna be something similar to that. But I'm telling you, nah, man. I ain't running around with no abs or none of that. I ain't no need for none of that. I need to go out here and produce. If I'm producing and I'm healthy, man, let's rock and roll. Matter of fact, tell somebody to block me. I want me to tell somebody to block this 366, 380, 490. Tell them to block me. That's what I got home. Don't do that work, T-Sweat. I ain't worried about that at all.
Somebody, was it for Sean? Somebody asked earlier if we could play the Mike Keith with T-Sweat thing.
Oh, we did play that.
We did, but Hunk's got it. This is how this went down, and they end up Mike Keith's a big
Mike Keith's
Tennessee
face.
guy, and T-Sweat's a big Texas guy, so that's kind of the nexus of this conversation as we begin here.
Graduated too. I don't know if y'all said that, but I graduated. Yeah. The real UT. Real UT. You know, education. Well, it's a great school. Great. It's a great school. Better school. Yes. Better school. No, don't do that. Do you know where you are now? I know where I'm at. I still bleed orange. Burnt. Is that real orange? Orange. You think that's real orange? Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, y'all was before. Yeah. But glad you're coming to a real conference now. Yeah. yeah, we're gonna run it. Longhorn, hook 'em.
Yeah, y'all was first. Yeah.
Mike Keith was in the beginning, you could tell he was just kind of like, okay, gonna let it go. And then it was like, nope.
It's Mike Keith who's a foot shorter than Sweat,
Yeah.
and he's probably 200 pounds smaller than Sweat, talking trash to Sweat.
What's incredible about Mike Keith and these OTP podcasts and the videos that they're putting out is,
I love them.
Man, he's so in control, and he's so needling these dudes, and it's so funny because T-Sweat and Latham and everybody plays along with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's this beautiful back and forth. And, man, that's funny.
That was good.
Hook 'em. The real UT.
Horns down. Welcome to the SEC.
Is that a little message to T-Sweat right there?
That's a message to anybody that rock with Texas. It ain't just to T-Sweat. It's anybody. I don't care who you are, who you is. All of y'all can get it. Horns down. Go Vols. Yeah, it's real simple. We ain't backing down. It's easy. We've been out here in the SEC. Welcome to it, though. Make sure you leave your shoes at the door. Don't come in this house messing up our flow. Just saying.
He said they're going to run it.
Sound good. Sound real good.
615-737-1045.
T-Sweat don't need a mic in front of him for the foreseeable future. That might be accurate.
Vashawn says Slay as a model would be hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, but you brought sexy back, though.
Oh, it's back.
Hey, let me tell you, your little engagement pictures, though.
I came with it, no, Babs.
Yeah. He kind of looked like a model.
Try to do what I can do, Babs. You know what I mean?
He's got the, what is it? What's the Adam, not Adam.
Schefter.
No. Blue Steel.
Yeah. I went serious on him.
Blue Steel. What's that actor's name?
Ben Stiller.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He went Blue Steel on us.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
These pictures.
I ain't out here playing around.
It was fire.
Quit school because of recess, man. I ain't playing around.
Wow, there's a T-shirt.
I'm keeping track of all your T-shirts.
I really can't believe you haven't said that before on the show.
Yeah.
I probably snuck it in there once or twice.
You think so?
Yeah, some of the kids listen. I try to stay away from them. I want them to play around.
So what's the best road game? I mean,
best road game.
There's some big cities in here, man.
Yeah.
Some big party towns. You got LA, you've got Miami, you've got DC, you've got Chicago.
You want me to rank them?
Buffalo.
Buffalo's solid.
No.
Early on, you could get some wings and get on out of there.
No, dude. No. October 20th, you could have 25 inches of snow.
You never know.
You're right.
Oh, Mayor, it's got to be Jacksonville.
Buffalo's out. Jacksonville's out.
He hates
I
Jacksonville.
never want to go to Jacksonville again.
Hated it?
Hates it.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how bad that place is. Now, if you go to some of these little beach areas outside of downtown Jacksonville.
That's where I went.
Man.
They don't even have beaches there, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little funny looking beaches.
Yeah,
the Atlantic beaches aren't very good, especially in Jacksonville. But I can't remember the name of the town. There's this little town that's like cobblestone streets, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Big Joe stay over there way.
Okay, rank them. Best road game.
Buffalo's out, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I was kidding.
Jacksonville's out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
No.
Out.
New England out.
Yeah.
No, New England's here.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, okay. If it was in, it was out.
H-Town.
Houston?
I go to H-Town.
They've done a lot with the downtown area.
I go to H-Town.
Okay, no, we're talking about the best.
Yeah, you
road
going 1,
trip,
2, 3.
and it's not
you
Houston.
1, 2, 3.
It's not Houston.
Right, but can we
It's not any of this.
Can we list Houston as a qualifier and then come back?
No.
Babs is just overlooking Houston.
No.
I always think of H-Town, Mickey. Yeah.
No.
It is.
She's not giving it.
Detroit.
They on the list.
What?
Man, I
cannot believe anyone is saying that.
I'm telling you.
You just got back from
that.
Here's the thing, though. You weren't sober there. So, how much of that?
Why would I be sober this time?
But how much of that?
You're not a credible source.
I'm a great source.
Credible source.
You're not a credible source with the
I'm painted all over that town, Babs.
Yeah, exactly. You're not a credible source.
I'm telling you, man.
What she's saying is
Houston's out, Detroit's out.
No, Babs.
What she's saying is when you get into full-on party mode, you're going to have a good time no matter what town you're in.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's true. I've seen it.
You could be in Salem, Oregon. You're going to have a good time.
This is true.
All right, listen. I'm just gonna narrow it down. For us.
Give me your 3.
All right.
In order.
No, I'm not doing the order. I want your order.
You're out of order.
Chicago.
You're out of order. Your courtroom's out of order.
The whole court.
I'm going to narrow it down to the actual options. Chicago, and part of that's because it's week 1. It's Caleb Williams, his first start. Part of all of that is, yes. Chicago, Miami, L.A. with the Chargers.
And
Detroit.
D.C.
Oh, wait, no, that's it. Yeah,
You
I
take
got
D.C.
3.
out.
I take D.C. out. I hate D.C.
I love D.C.
But see, well, first, I don't like people. But second,
First off, I don't
the
like
traffic and the inability to get anywhere. No.
It is.
So,
That's bad.
What if we drop Dawn Davenport in the middle of downtown New York, like in Manhattan?
She'll try to jump in a manhole.
You don't like people.
She try to be like a Ninja Turtle and get out of there.
Like the whole.
Pizza.
I mean, we just got back from Disney, where I'm like, do you not understand personal space? Why are you standing so close to my face? Right? Like the personal space thing is.
I'm with you.
It gives me anxiety.
Why are you this close to my face?
Get out of here.
Yeah, just get out of my face. You can stand next to me, but why are you in my face?
Get out of my face.
All right, my number 1 is Miami.
I've never even been there.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Well,
you haven't been to Miami?
Oh, you should
been to Fort Lauderdale, but not Miami.
Oh, no, 2 different places.
Very different.
That's what they told
different.
me. Guys,
cool, though. It's cool.
Babs, they're called children. Dang.
Kids, get out of my face.
No, I'm good with the children.
So you go
adults.
Miami number 1, Babs.
Yeah, I
Then
go
what?
Miami 1. Chicago 2.
LA 3.
Yeah.
Wrong order.
I mean, I'm with Hunk. Anything that doesn't include Chicago number 1.
And Miami's a Monday nighter.
Especially considering the Cubs and Yankees are playing, you could go to one of those games, go to Wrigley.
Like I'm all about like making events, like what all events are going on, things like that. Like Chicago has that. Only good concert that's happening while you're in LA is Shakira at the Forum.
It's LA.
She needs to have a bunch of concerts.
Do y'all know how much stuff is going on in LA? That concert is a blip on the radar. Like
this one's at the Kia Forum.
You can go find exactly. You can go find all kind of other concerts that's gonna pop up. Clubs, lounges, like spas. Hey man,
I mean,
I'm going Miami.
You ended
LA,
up at like
Chicago,
some Fresh Prince party or something when we were out there.
What I'm trying to tell you, stuff just pop up. I'm telling you now, you can't miss. Can't miss in LA.
You were dressed well there too.
Yeah, let's do something.
All right, what's the best road trip? 615-737-1045. We'll be right back.
What's yours?
I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. They could be your friends too. The Momley family are phenomenal, and they will greet you and get to know you and help you with your gifting responsibilities throughout the course of the year. Graduation, a time to celebrate, and 2024 graduations and graduates right around the corner. So celebrate them with a memorable piece from Brentwood Jewelry. From a premier timepiece to a custom ring, necklace, earrings, Brentwood Jewelry can help you find the perfect piece to commemorate this special time. Spring is the time for that perfect proposal as well. Brentwood Jewelry is here to help you pop the question. Let them help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings, or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. Check out Brentwood Jewelry for all of your gifting responsibilities. They've got anything and everything you need. 7012 Church Street, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Stay tuned for your chance to win. Babsy's Prize Closet is about to open up.
Yes, we'll do it here in a little bit. Bill Burr at Bridgestone Arena is tomorrow night, and we're giving away tickets here in just a little bit. He was on our show, by the way. He was hilarious.
He was phenomenal. Very, very smart guy. Very funny guy.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness, because that's his job.
He better be.
Can you imagine standing on a stage by yourself at Bridgestone Arena, like 15,000 people?
Yes.
Trying to make them laugh?
Hell yeah.
You would love it. That gives me anxiety.
Would you tell the sheep story?
Oh, most definitely. Hey, bro, everybody be man. The problem is gonna come if you start booing me.
I don't think anybody's gonna boo you.
No, but somebody gonna get booed every now and then.
That's complete lack of respect.
No, if you bad,
do you think there is any respect in this society right now?
Look, man, you made the choice to be here. If you don't want to be here, go do something else.
Maybe they paid to boo. And I was saying, you know what? Thanks for paying, boo. Boo as much as you want.
Boo man.
You boo man. You
staffer. It's called a shepherd. No, it's not. He's got a staff. He's a staffer. Leading the sheep.
That's right.
In front of Slay's car, so he's late to practice and gets fined.
Yeah, it might have been a setup.
Who would set that up?
The mob.
Oh, jeez. Now we're getting into it.
I'm telling you.
Earlier in the show. Is that going to make it on the best of here in 6 o'clock hour?
No, because we're going directly into Tennessee and South Carolina.
Yep, South Carolina with a homer in the top of the first. 1-0 lead. Number 24 ranked South Carolina. Number 1 ranked Tennessee. They got the throwback black uniforms on.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee needs Vanderbilt to help them out and to become the 1 seed.
Yeah, man.
Vandy's up on Kentucky right now.
Yeah, go Vandy.
Go handle it, man. Shout out to Vandy. The Vandy boys, they stopped by and saw Asher Sullivan and his fam. Showed them some love before hitting this road trip to go spank up UK. So remember we said last year, Tennessee was able to turn the page when they won that series. So hopefully their last win in the series against Tennessee could turn the page for them.
Look at you with the Vandy positivity.
Hey, man. Never mind, it's tied now, Slay.
In what?
With Vandy and Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. They just need to win the series. Yeah, that may be all right. So Tennessee can win.
So to capsulize?
Yeah, compartmentalize.
Encapsulize?
Okay, that too.
The sheep story. Slay was late to practice because he got caught in Italy in the middle of the street with a he called him a staffer. It was a guy with a staff. He's a shepherd leading a bunch of sheep, and there were like hundreds of them, right?
Yeah.
And there were 2 sheep dogs running across the top of the backs of the sheep all over the place.
Yeah, back and forth.
Quite a scene. But you were late to practice, so you got fined because the coach didn't believe you or something.
Yep.
2%.
Took the manager back with me, and the manager, it was only 1 sheep left. I'm asking the sheep where your friends go.
So go back and listen to the show, and you will hear that story. It is phenomenal. Somebody said that's the best story you've told since the monkeys in where?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rican monkeys.
Wild too, boy. It's always involving animals.
They're wild.
Yeah, they after me. I'm an animal.
The whole animal kingdom's after you.
Yeah, it got to be. They trying to bring me in. I ain't going, y'all. I don't like where I am.
Nashville SC announced today the departure of head coach Gary Smith and assistant coach Steve Guppy. 3 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. The best way we could explain this story to you is to play a cut from Will Bowling, who was on explaining it to Buck Rising.
Nashville right now is actually tied on points for the last playoff spot in the MLS Eastern Conference, about a third of the way through the season with Philadelphia Union. Off of its win last night, Nashville now the first team at MLS to make a coaching change in 2024 as well. And I think you're seeing a move by the club and Mike Jacobs, owner John Ingram, that signifies just how much time there is left in the season. New York Red Bulls last season made an early coaching change. They brought in Troy Lesesne, an interim, who took them to the playoffs by way of a win in Nashville in the last game of the season. And now Troy Lesesne's in D.C. He's crushing it as the head coach of United. So it is such a long season, right? It is a school year, almost, the soccer season that goes from the end of February through the middle of November if you are playing in postseason, that there is time to make major change and still implement different ideas into a team.
There you go. Different ideas.
Into the team.
Yeah. Babsy's Prize Closet is about to happen, so continue to stay tuned for that. Ali in Nashville next up on 3HL. Ali, what up?
What up, guys? How are y'all?
Yo, what's happening?
So, all right. Everybody wants to, talk trash about Detroit. that is one of the most underrated cities to go to.
This is what Slay's saying.
Especially for like a Titans road trip, the way that Lions fans treat like opposing teams fans, they're so nice. They'll show you a good time. The city is a lot of fun. There's so many nice restaurants and nice nightlife places. So highly recommend anybody that is looking at going to Detroit to do it.
There you go, Ali. Thank you, man.
Ali, we ain't heard from Ali in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Ali.
What about
How many wins do you have? Oh, he's gone.
Come on, Ali.
I was going to ask him how many wins he has on this schedule for the Titans. You still give Miami one, though?
Yes.
Okay.
I just had never been there, and we just went to L.A. not too long ago. I love y'all know I love Chicago. You
so
got
you would
Giordano's
do
Pizza.
Chicago one.
Chicago one, yeah.
I got it.
And 2 and 3.
When I cook it, I'm gonna bring her some.
Who's 2 and 3?
Chicago.
No, not you.
Oh, for him.
Chicago's 1 for you.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Moving on.
1, 2, and 3.
2 and 3. So
Did you catch
Miami,
this?
Detroit, and L.A.
Did you catch this?
2 is Detroit
Yep.
and 3 is LA.
Did you catch this? He has Giordano's Pizza.
Yeah.
I know. I'm waiting for
In
our
his freezer.
slice that he's going to bring in to give to us like you did.
I'm gonna
So
Y'all are
good.
crazy.
It's so good.
Pizza from
No,
Chicago.
this is from shout out that guy, man. Chim Chimney came through. One of my reps came through for me.
One of my reps.
Yeah, he came through.
Because they order it often,
all
right?
the time for his wife. Yeah,
Yeah.
He brought 2 for us. I said, man, I'll share it with him. I guess
Well, that was nice. That was very nice of him.
since it's 2.
It's amazing how good that pizza was, right? Considering it was flown in on dry ice, cooked, put in the refrigerator, then microwaved.
It was still in the box. Ali said, darn, 5 and 12 is his record prediction.
Dang, Ollie.
Good God.
Golly, Miss Molly.
I mean,
You
he's
think he
like
only
a
gonna win
Titans
5?
fan.
I know. 5 games. Y'all, come on, y'all. Okay, well, guess what?
Are we?
That's what I was about to say. Maybe that's why the national media looking at it like this.
Maybe we're off.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
they win 5 games, they're going to be drafted in the top 5.
Yeah, who?
How about that? Wide receiver. Here we go. He's not getting the 5th-year option. I don't care what he does.
Take the jersey off. Don't put it on. You don't have time to put it on. Don't. And give it to me so I can get it dry cleaned. Stinks.
Speaking of, I got to go to the dry cleaner right now. Let me take it.
Got a who?
I got to go to the dry cleaner right now. Let me take it.
That things need to be washed.
You're not taking trailing away from us.
You've worn it every day for the last month.
And I will continue to wear it
Do you
to
think
these 750 yards are there.
I wonder if Traylon's going to be at Bill Burr, who's going to be at Bridgestone tomorrow night, which we
Want me
only
to
have
give it
about
away?
45 seconds to give that away.
Way to
All
go,
right.
Hunt.
Bab's Prize Closet opened by Artisan Custom Closets. Caller number 5, you will win 2 tickets to see Bill Burr at Bridgestone Arena tomorrow night. Thanks to Artisan Custom Closets. Call now, 615-737-1045. Caller number 5, good luck to you. And you can always visit artisancustomclosets.com today. Say goodbye to clutter, hello to calm with Artisan Custom Closets.
Why are you smirking over there? You look like you're going to full on laugh.
I know something that y'all don't know about Traylon Burks.
Oh, what do you know?
I wish I would tell y'all.
You're not going to
Y'all
tell
gotta
us?
wait and see. This is something me and him discussed.
That he also has gills and can breathe underwater?
I'm just saying.
You and your Chuck Norris,
I made that one up.
Traylon Burks.
I made that one up on the fly, Babsy.
That was for
This is how
free.
creative we are on this show.
Yeah.
All right, Friday coming up tomorrow. Be alongside the zone all day long. We'll be right back tomorrow. Later. Good night. God bless.
Yes. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you're Traylon Burks.